Yo, what's up?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wildcard weekend aftermath.
We
We are
we got a lot to talk
live.
about. We get some
A lot to talk
debating to
about.
do. Cause I was
A
wrong on
lot
that
of
one matchup. I'll admit it. Uh,
were we wrong
we got
about the
5 right.
Cardinals?
No,
Yeah,
we
we
were wrong
got
about the
five in a
Cowboys
row.
game. We
Oh,
got
we were
five
wrong.
right. Yeah.
No, no, I was. Well, no, we were. I was right
Well, you
about the
were right.
Cowboys
I
game.
was wrong. Yeah, you were right.
So that's a whole
But we
six and
went
zero
like
for me.
five. Also, I went 5-1. Yeah.
Okay.
So what game do you want to start with? Do you want to start with
Uh,
Bengals Raiders? Do you want to go in order?
We can start. We can start Bengals Raiders, and we'll go high into like Monday Night Football.
Yeah. Okay. So this was a really good game, I think.
Best
I
game
I
of the
think
wild card.
yeah, probably. 49ers Cowboys is good, but it wasn't as good as this. 49ers Cowboys was messy. Let's be
It,
real.
it, I mean, let's be honest. Many people could have the Rams. I mean, the Raiders not pushing this as close as they did. We know that the Bengals just had a more superior offense, and it
Yeah, the
showed.
Raiders, like in the Bengals, we don't know Burrow was gonna have a good game. Jamar Chase, they couldn't stop Jamar Chase. He had a great game. He had like
Jamar,
105 yards.
they couldn't even stop their tight end. Didn't he score like a touchdown
Yeah, I
up
think
deep, and
so.
he was like averaging over like at
I'm
least
pretty sure
over
Trey
60,
Henderson got
70
hurt.
yards. Ooh,
I'm
that's
pretty sure
tough.
Trey Henderson but I think he was limited in practice, so hopefully they have him back because they need him. He's their best defensive player.
The saddest
But
thing is Derek Carr did do well in his
he
playoff
played good.
performance, even though he went
I feel
29 to
bad for the coach
54.
because I really like the coach on the Raiders. I think he's a great
You,
guy.
you think he's better than Jack Del Rio, their last coach
Oh
before
yeah, definitely. Because
John
apparently
Gruden?
after the game, he sent like letters to all the players. I think he's a good guy. They should keep him. It seems
I
like he
think they
cares.
should keep him because he can
It's
pull
not
off
his
good.
fault.
They
They
just have
fired
a
the
lack of
GM
skills
though.
players.
Thank God they fired that GM, because he's horrible. He's a horrible drafter.
Oakland
They've had
front
some
office
bad
is in a
draft picks.
struggle.
Yeah, they fired their GM.
Darryl Waller went for 74 yards off 7 of 12 targets received, only over 23 log. They weren't giving him the ball just as much as Hunter Renfrow. They were always with the checkdowns. They were just so indecisive in the pass plays, man. It's either Hunter Renfrow or they'll push it over to Waller down third downs. And they were clutch on third downs, not as clutch as the Cowboys
Hmm So
until like the fourth quarter.
I'm gonna look at the score was 26-19. Really, I think the Bengals are controlling most of this game. Like I
Mm-hmm.
felt like that. The Raiders never had a chance, in my opinion. I'm gonna be honest. Like no one really
Yeah, I think
expected
that
them
was
to
enough.
win.
It's either the Raiders were the obvious loss here, or the two seventh seed teams like the Eagles
Oh
and
yeah, those were blowout. Those are the worst games.
that was an obvious blowout. People, let's be
That's why there
honest.
should
If
be. That's why there should be a 7th seed. I'm sorry.
they had to do this so they can push off more of the ratings, and what would be a higher rating than a shit team from a fan base going to watch it? So somebody they thought there would be an upset or something.
I
That
I think this
that
just
was the
shows.
reason.
I think that just shows the Bengals could be really dead. I think they could beat the Titans. Who knows with Derrick Henry? What if he's rusty? Like we don't know if he's gonna be his old self. He could be a little
Yeah,
rusty. So it's not a guarantee win for the Titans. Because the Bengals team is hot right now. They're one of the hottest teams in football. No one can really stop them. So I think that it's gonna be a really close game. The games look great this weekend. I think all of them are gonna be
absolutely.
really good.
I think, I have a lot of doubts over the Niners and Packers games. I don't know how we don't have that efficient of offensive weapons, even though Debo
And
Samuel's
Debo, he's amazing. He's
played
like
a
a running
hell
back
of
and a
a
wide
game against
receiver.
Dallas.
The way Kyle
But
Shanahan uses him is great.
the next game we have on the
Oh,
record
I was
was
happy about this one. I
Bills
love this.
Patriots.
I love seeing the
Bills
Patriot
Patriots
crush.
47-17.
Oh, this
It
is
didn't
great.
even matter about the unanswered 14 points in the fourth quarter that the Patriots had
Yeah,
when there was
overtime.
41. It was like already 41 scoreless
I know
in
and
the
they scored 7 straight
halftime.
drives. The Bills, they touchdown 7 straight drives or something. Like
Look, the Patriots were playing okay football, but at least they weren't worse than Arizona
yeah, but
that
also let's
scored.
talk about it. Mac Jones did not play good. It's still that his arm isn't that good. Let's be real. His arm was hard. He just shows that
He'll
he's a horrible arm.
overthrow.
He has a
He
bad
needs
throws.
development. He can check down when he needs to, but that just shows like it's just the skills players carrying him on offense.
Yeah, and it's Belichick
Needs to
carrying him. He's a
work.
system QB. He's never gonna
I'm
be
sure.
more than that. He's never
Hopefully,
gonna be like
Mac
a top 5
Jones
QB. I'm sorry. He's
then,
good.
and he threw 2 picks.
Yeah, well, the first one was amazing. Micah Hyde made a great play on that.
Micah Hyde off the end zone. That was amazing
He's
interception. And one was off a deflection, right? There was one off a deflection.
Oh yeah.
Or I got the wrong game.
It wasn't. Oh yeah, it was.
Oh, so it was another deflection for an interception coming off Levi Wallace up midfield. And he even came off with a few tackles, at least the fourth most on the team. The person was Tremont Edmonds that was leading in tackles for a majority of the game, and even picked up
we
a
could have seen
tackle
this
off
coming,
the backfield.
honestly. But look at the last month with the Patriots. They just struggled. They lost to the Colts. They lost to the Dolphins. I feel like this is obvious to come.
This was obvious to call. They just didn't have an unlucky week, especially over their division rivals. And plus, in later seasons, the Patriots do have a history of always losing to the division rivals in the latter half of the season, especially to the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Dolphins played amazing in this game.
Yeah,
a great game. I'll admit it.
We gotta get. Oh yeah, Mac Jones as well played. I know Josh Allen, impressive, 300 yards, 5 passing TDs.
I know.
There's a lot of quarterbacks that don't have that type of record unless we're calling Ben Roethlisberger that also had 5 passing TDs in the postseason. So is Tom Brady. Who else had 5 passing? Aaron Rodgers had a. Did he have
probably Mahomes? I think Mahomes had a 5 pass. He had 5 pass touchdowns in the Steelers game.
157 QB rating with only 21 of 25
no interceptions
completion.
Also.
No picks. A
Singletary
perfect
good
football game for a quarterback. And
rushed for
66 yards as well with no rushing TD. The 2 came off Devin Singletary.
Even Diggs didn't have a good game. 81 yards. The Bills are still good. Diggs had 3 catches only. He's their best receiver.
Yeah. Over a crazy deep pass, and Dawson Knox with 2 touchdown receptions. Dude.
Yeah, the Patriots need to get wide receiver 1. That's what they need to do, I think.
And we were expecting a low-scoring game, weren't we?
Oh yeah, I was, because it was going to be cold. Like I think a lot of people were. But I didn't think the Patriots. Because the first game was low scoring. It was really cold. So I guess the Patriots even just crumbled. That's what happened.
So what's next after that game? Eagles, Bucks?
Oh, God, yeah. Let me just talk about Jalen Hurts. He's not the guy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's only his rookie year.
I get. Oh, isn't it? He's the second, but I wouldn't really. Yeah, I guess his first full season because last season doesn't really count because he came in like week 9. But I guess but he needs to work on his passing. I'm sorry, like. So I've been watching this game this year. Sometimes he makes some horrible decisions. Like he forces it way too much.
Only scored double digits in the 4th quarter. That's
and they could have won this game. The Eagles. They could have made this game closer than it is. But there was the Jalen Reagor muff fumble. There was a lot of things they could have won.
Gronkowski had like so easy catches up the midfield. It's like they weren't even trying to defend.
But the Bucs thing is that they had 2 big injuries. Tristan Wirfs and Jensen. They're 2 best offensive linemen. So that's going to be interesting to watch because they put a Ram. I think the Rams could upset them.
Rams could accept them. They had like 3 sacks. I remember them.
Those Rams. The Rams beat them this year.
Yeah, so that's a huge number built on them, especially for Tom Brady. He's gonna be facing the Rams again, but a different quarterback.
And he might not have it.
And second, with an O-line like that weekend, Los Angeles defensive line got a chip on their shoulder after sacking Kyler Murray like 3 times.
Yeah, and Odell Beckham had a good game, which is he looks finally good now. Like he looks like he had a passing touchdown. So Los Angeles really did. Von Miller had a great game also. He like 5 tackles for loss, a sack. He looked really good.
So many people were expecting the Eagles to lose by double digits, but
yeah,
this was just a weak performance.
That was the easiest prediction of the week, I think. Let's be real.
Yeah.
The Eagles never be a team over 500 also. So.
Then we got, of course.
We did talk about this game the most, I think. I think you have the most to say about this game, right?
What, Steelers?
49ers Cowboys.
49ers Cowboys.
Oh, tell me what you say about this.
When we left over 21 to 10 come halftime, I thought the game was already won. I thought we were doing well over to the midfield, facilitating. It was always 3 and out. Whenever Dak goes for like a 15-yard, they couldn't capitalize over red zone scoring because they were trying so hard to outrun us. And Zeke couldn't get through the first down that often.
Yeah,
Dude,
he's a Zeke's horrible. That contract's been a disappointment.
I mean, it's tough that Nick Bosa got hurt.
Oh yeah, but I think he's questionable for the whole. And then Fred Warner got hurt also. They're two best
And
defensive
Fred Warner
players.
got hurt.
So hopefully they have them for next week because they're gonna need them. But their defense looks great.
Defense is looking tough.
Brandon Ayuk.
I question. Oh, Brandon Ayuk.
Oh, he
played amazing.
roasted Trevon Diggs. He had some huge plays. That's why they need to use him more because he can be great. I don't know why they
Elijah
didn't use him this
Mitchell
season.
came off an impressive run over to the midfield.
Debo Samuel. Oh, he's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
He's a running back and a wide receiver, like insane. He might as well be a running back. He'd be like a top 10 running back, I think.
Robbie Gould with 2 over 35-yard field
he's never
goals.
missed in the playoffs before. I didn't know that.
He's not missing. Unlike Justin Tuck. You know what? It's fine. I lost $20 that game against the Titans. Perfectly fine.
Oh.
Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. 26-yard carry over Debo Samuels and
Cowboys disappointed once again.
Cowboys disappointed. This is possibly the last time they even played with the squad.
For some reason, Jerry Jones, being the clown he is, won't fire Mike McCarthy. How can you keep Mike McCarthy? Do you think he has respect from the guys in the locker room? Do you think anyone views him as like, I respect you in the locker room? I don't think so.
I don't think anybody does.
He's just a clown. He just lies all the time. He's horrible.
What play calling after you guys were down
in the last play call
touchdown score? Who makes you try to scramble down over the midfield when you have no timeouts?
And then get the ref to try to spike it. You can't do that. If you were a veteran, you would have known that you would give it to the ref to spike the ball.
You're a 6-year vet, Dak. Why not just throw it out and stop the clock?
That's so like how that's unexcusable. That can't happen. But they should just throw a Hail Mary at the first place. That shouldn't have to happen.
You could have just threw it over to CeeDee Lamb
or Schultz, Gallup, or not Gallup, but Wilson even someone. Like their offensive line was better in this game also. Like and they're supposed to have one of the best offensive line in the league.
Dak had some good times to throw, and he did a well done job.
Like this Cowboys team, are they ever gonna win a playoff game?
No,
like
they're not.
I mean, not that Mike McCarthy, a guy who only won one Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. It's just when's the last time he was a good coach? Like 2008, like
2011 maybe.
Coach. He always got carried by Rodgers. Now the Packers have a way better coach.
And I'm not saying this like Dak sucks. Dak has a mentality of Josh Allen back in 2018 in his first playoff game.
He was really good this year. Like I'm pretty sure he broke the record for touchdowns. Like he had like 37 touchdowns, but like he still has some problems that are weird in his like 6
play
years.
Decision.
Yeah.
Short route passes need work. Pocket presence need work, especially when he rolls out. I feel like he's too scared.
Yeah, and this is weird because I think they're gonna maybe losing Dan Quinn, who like helped that defense a lot become respectable. He's getting interviews.
They need to get rid of Dan Quinn.
But he was good though. I don't know if they want to get. He made the defense good this year because remember everyone thought the defense would be bad. Micah Parsons.
Pretty good.
Even though Diggs, how did Diggs make the first all-team pro? He gave it the most yards in the league. I don't care if he had 11 interceptions.
He got 8 picks against the Eagles. You guys beat the football team where you got 2 picks against. Like you guys,
he gave the most yards.
You guys are beating scrubs. You have the easiest record in the NFL. Don't try to account yourself. And I made a video on this before that the Cowboys are frauds. It's like yes, they're going to be playoff bound.
You're right. They lost to the Broncos. They lost to the Cardinals. They lost to who else did they lose to?
Yeah, but they got more wins than losses. You have to look back at the losses and the wins to see if this team is good enough. And this team isn't good enough.
Also, they were kind of in a slump the last month. Like something was up. They were winning, but it wasn't like good football. Did you see what Dak Prescott did after the game? What he said about the refs that the fans were throwing trash at them, and he said it was good.
Man,
you can't say that. You can't blame the refs. It was they're not disciplined at all.
When it was your fault and the game clock is done because you ran up midfield, you didn't go out of bounds.
They also ran
play stops when you go out of bounds or spike. Learn how to be an adult.
And
Learn how to deal with adult. You
Gallimore
own up
had
to it,
horrible
Dak.
offsides penalties. They're just undisciplined. Like
They're just undisciplined. They
they have
can't
the
wait
most
over to the
penalties in the
snap.
league this year.
You know how many times they went over 1st and 20, and that was coming from the O-line. They cost themselves easy yardage, and they didn't even have to punt back the yards. Whenever I turn around, it's back to Niners football.
I'm talking about this is good. Jimmy Garoppolo had a good game, and this is a good thing for Niners because one, he raised his trade value, and they won a playoff game. No one expected them to win a playoff game this year. Let's be real. Remember in week 9, they were weren't they 4-5 or something?
We were 4-5. Yeah, we
yeah.
were below.
So they made a run. They were in the second half. They were amazing. Garoppolo started playing better. Shanahan's still a really good coach. I think he's amazing.
Impressive.
So this was a great.
Our backfield is good. Gabriel Davis, oh God, wait, why do I still have the stats out for the? Yeah, really good game.
Yeah, I'm happy the 49ers won. Good for them. They deserve it.
An attendance of 93,000. Too bad WrestleMania is never gonna have that type of attendance.
Yeah, probably. Oh, so this Jimmy Garoppolo has a shoulder injury. He's limited in practice.
All right.
Oh, do you think the Packers game to be interesting? I don't think they can beat them this year, but you never know. This is the year the Packers are different. I don't know.
We always say that the other year. We thought that 2016 when we thought it was a legit season.
I mean, they have a good defense though. I think this year. That's the one thing.
Heavily more better defense.
They got Devondre Campbell, the most tackles in the league. He was really good. Zarek Alexander's good. Darius Smith's coming back also, somehow.
All right, let's talk about this. We got to talk about the Steelers
and
the absolute. Imagine just getting pimp slapped by a gay guy. That's how disrespectful.
Big Ben's so bad.
Big Ben, he could not pass.
Retiring. They actually were leading, but TJ Watt, who's just amazing. That's the only point. Well, they did score, but everyone knew the Chiefs would win this. Mahomes dominated.
A Catholic priest scores more than Ben Roethlisberger, and that's saying something.
Oh, he's more holy than him. Roethlisberger's not that holy guy.
Yeah.
No.
Travis Kelce up 48. That was an insane run. Didn't he stiff arm somebody in that game?
He did great. Yeah, I think Mahomes had a deep pass to him, I remember.
Tyreek Hill just burning everybody, just like Ben Roethlisberger probably in another 10 years. For 31-yard carry. Deontay Johnson came over up midfield to score a nothing touchdown when it was already 35-14 at that point. It was 7 points they only accumulated for 4 straight quarters. It came out off a useless 15-yard James Washington touchdown. And yeah, James Washington, he was doing good most parts of the game.
Johnson, though, he had that big drop. And I like him, but he's a drop problem. He'd be really good. If he fixed his drop problem, he'd be good. Because he's good speed. But that's usually with a lot of our receivers. They have a drop problem. Juju Smith-Schuster came back.
Literally, even though Chase Claypool, he is a piece of shit, but he played well against Minnesota a month back.
He's good.
How the fuck you go 7-3?
Remember last year what happened? This is what
garbage.
I mean, I kind of I think Mike Tomlin's a good coach. I saw that he made the playoffs every year, which is impressive, no matter what. Mm-hmm. He's always had a winning record. That's impressive. Even if they haven't won the playoffs so much, besides
his clock management is awful. I don't know why people don't ever.
I don't think he make it. I think he's gonna be in the hot seat next year, but I don't think the Steelers will be good next year. Because I think they're gonna tank next year.
Shit, you saw he wasn't in the hot seat when not Landry Jones, who was.
Oh, the Raiders game. Was he in the hot seat that year when they lost to the Raiders? I remember that. Mm-hmm. I thought he was gonna get fired, but they made the playoffs somehow.
I thought they were in the hot seat when they lost to the Jags twice in one season.
Oh, I remember that. That was the Jags. I can't believe they made the playoffs to Jags.
Saxonville. So, Juju only went 8 of 5. Perfect.
Yeah.
Deontay Johnson, he went 10 targets, and he had at least 3 drops, coming out with only 5 receptions for 34 yards. Dude, I have more money in my wallet. I have more cash in my wallet than possibly this much yardage. How do you go under 50 for every receiver here?
Yeah, but we all know Chiefs would be okay, though. I know they struggled in the beginning of the season, but we all knew they would pick it up eventually.
We understand we can pick it up.
Mahomes, Kelce. And their defense has been better in the second half.
Second half, they were more clutch. Houston was doing better. They're pressuring the QBs more. Ben Roethlisberger was getting molested on the backfield.
And then he left, and now he's gone. I hope he just officially announced retirement.
I think he is anyway. Last home
He's
game he had
retiring.
against
He's
Cleveland.
done. Yeah, he's definitely done. He should have retired like 3 years ago. Let's be honest. He kind of ruined the Steelers.
I mean, at least we got another insufferable franchise out of the playoffs, like the Steelers.
And the Patriots, we got the Steelers, Patriots, and Cowboys. Those are three of the worst fan bases, and the
That
Eagles.
is
Four of the worst fan bases.
That is the perfect way to kick off the New Year's, people.
I know the Eagles getting eliminated. The Patriots. I'm so happy the Patriots got eliminated. And Belichick.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Belichick's as good as he is anymore? I think it was just Brady carrying him. Let's be real here. Really?
Let's not. Let's. We can say it, but Brady doesn't play like an all-around athlete. He's not a terrible. He's a great quarterback, but
I mean, what's the reason Brady wanted out of New England? Because he didn't have any wide receiver. I think that was. Remember his last year? Didn't he have like no wide receivers? I think so. That's why he wanted out. That's why
I think the most they traded for Mohamed Sanu. That was the most they did over that year.
That was the Titans. I remember that. I remember Tony Romo said that he thinks he's gonna stay. I remember at the end of the game, I remember Tony Romo said, I think he's gonna stay.
Mm-hmm.
He said that. I mean, I like Romo though. The commentators were good this week also.
Yeah, the commentator, especially Tony Romo, never disappoints on commentary.
He's great. Him and Jim Nantz and Mike Tirico and Drew Brees are good.
Have you ever watched the Manning cast?
Oh yeah, I saw. Well,
The Rock was in
I watched
there.
it like 2 times. I didn't watch yesterday. It was a playoff game. I didn't really. But I saw The Rock was on it and Russell Wilson was on it.
The Rock had some good football to talk about.
Yeah, he's amazing.
So of course we have the final game, Wildcard weekend over Monday nights. The pimp slapping of the Arizona's overhyped team.
Yeah, they collapsed in the second half. Like all clean very
collapsed. Second half, it was already 21-0 in the first half.
No, I'm saying in the second half of the season.
They got clapped. They lost only 4 of their last 6 games.
They got crushed by the Panthers. Yeah, they just
got crushed by the Panthers. Crushed by the Lions of all teams.
I know. That's what I knew they weren't gonna do anything. Like, and the Panthers and Lions, two of like the most embarrassing franchises.
Okay, let's go over this. David Long with a red zone pick 6.
Oh my God, Kyle Murray! Do you see what he did? He was in the back of the end zone. He threw that. Why did he throw that?
Why didn't he just?
That was bad.
Ground it or take the safety.
That's a rookie. I get he's in the first place for the first time. And it's like a rookie.
He's scared to get hit. Did you see his when he got grounded by Aaron Donald when he was pushing through and he was like, "Oh, fuck it."
Yeah, Aaron Donald's amazing. He just
Aaron Donald, fuck Miller. You ruined my fantasy team. You injured Russell Wilson. End it. End yourself.
Von Miller was amazing though. He's so good.
99 club my ass.
I mean, Von Miller played good. Jalen Ram. They have all the stars out.
Odell Beckham played well.
Oh yeah, no, he did good. He's been good with the Rams. He had like 8 touchdowns with the Rams or 5.
Hey Giants! Wait, real quick. Hey Giants! This is how you use a fucking QB sneak in the red zone.
Oh well, yeah,
he talking red zone.
Yeah, thank God Joe Judge got fired. Let's just say that if he didn't get fired, I don't think there would have any hope.
I hope the ACC reporting team doesn't pick you up with their former sex offender having ass where you can call
looks weird. He looks
gay Rutger games for the rest of your life.
He looks creep also. Let's be real. He always looks creepy.
All right, there's a red zone QB sneak at the 1 yard from Matthew Stafford. It was so close. They had to run it twice.
Matt Stafford played good. He got his first playoff win. I was expecting Matt Stafford to play good because he's been bad the second half of the season. He threw some bad picks and
the hottest play they ever had was an AJ Green reception that we thought was going to be.
And they know DeAndre Hopkins. I guess because I get what did you need DeAndre Hopkins? He's like a top 5 wide receiver, but
because a receiver's hurt doesn't mean the team's going to perform.
Yeah, I know. It's somehow JJ Watt came back. I don't know how JJ Watt came back, but I thought his shoulder exploded. I really don't know how he came back. That's crazy. Then did you see what happened to Buda Baker? That scary collision.
Oh yeah, that was a scary collision up to that.
Yeah, I know. Like, somehow Cam Akers is playing after he tore his Achilles 5 months ago. Like I don't know how.
He tore his Achilles and he's coming around averaging at least 4 yards a carry.
I know he hits a good. Sony Michel had a good game. Like that run. Cooper Kupp didn't have a good game out. Cooper Kupp have
He only had 1 touchdown reception.
Yeah, Odell was like the star of the wide receivers. He had a passing touchdown.
James Conner scored over a 2-point conversion as well. And then they didn't score until 10 minutes into the fourth.
Queensbury. I wonder what they're gonna do. I guess they'll keep Cliff Queensbury. I guess they have to, but he's kind of mid as a coach. Like
It's like
he's never gonna win.
I'd rather you have Lane Kiffin than Kingsbury at this point. Yeah, you know how desperate you are. You have to go to backwater SEC coaches because Kingsbury, he's just gonna go for the desperate fake option into a deep play and utilize the team because of athleticism. And that's why you guys lost to the Packers. That's why you guys lost to the Lions. Because you guys want to think that you're such hot shit. And you guys were in a 7-game losing streak because I'm winning streak so bad because people never could figure out your weak-ass offense.
Let's see what's
so weak. I'm sick and tired of it's going to be a hot team. What makes them hot? Their defense isn't that impressive. Buda Baker only had 4 tackles the entire game, and he barely even pressured the quarterback as much as.
And they lose Chandler Jones because he's a free agent offseason.
Max, who's the backfield? Who's the safety up in the Raiders? Max Crosby, is that his name?
Oh, he's a defensive end. Yeah, he's really good.
Oh, he came around with 2 pressures over in the quarterback. You didn't even get 1 QB hit.
I mean, he was good this season. I think he was that was the only good draft pick he had. Like the Raiders, because remember they drafted Henry Ruggs, they drafted Cleveland Farrell.
I can't be upset about Marcus Golden. Chandler Jones, I was expecting a bit more, even though he played a good game. 9 tackles, 2 tackles for losses. Couldn't get a forced fumble. There's only 1 sack recorded the entire game, and that was from Marcus Golden. That's it.
Yeah, even Big Ben said, let's look at this team. Even Big Ben said they didn't have a chance at the beginning of the week. He said, we don't have a chance, so let's go and have fun. So Big Ben didn't even...
No, that wasn't Big Ben. That was the coach.
Oh, he said that in a press talk. He said, it's an esports and we don't have a chance. Big Ben
it's like, don't blink. Don't blink. This is your last time in the playoffs.
Take me. Look, why did the Eagles just run the ball against the Bucs? I don't get it. Because the Bucs had the best run defense forever. Like, you can run against the Bucs. I'm sorry.
Like, you guys watch tape, right?
Mm-hmm.
These guys watch tape, right?
I know. Why would you run against the Bucs? They have one of the best run defenses ever, statistically, I think.
Like, NFL, we know that you're keeping this playoff format the way it is. In my opinion, I feel like it's stupid.
I mean, I like it. But I would just get rid of the 7th seed because we don't need to see a team like the Steelers and the Eagles. I'm sorry.
I understand, but it's like no one's going to say no to more football.
I guess you're right. Honestly, that's the good thing about it. Even though I wonder how much rains the Monday Night Football game got. I wonder if that'll be like a one-off thing. And then just go back to 3 each day.
Can we check it?
Let's see.
We're possibly seeing at least 5 million.
I wonder what's game the Cowboy. That must get a lot. The Cowboy game get the most ratings.
And then if we could see your list for your predictor. Yeah, you can share plate if you want, so we can see what's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, I will. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Let me just get it up. And then we get the
OnlyFans creator with 2. What? I'm sorry. I just found this. this. You don't mind me if I read this, right?
Yeah.
OnlyFans creator with 2 vaginas says she's used one for work. Wait. She says she has 2 vaginas. Says she uses one for work and another for personal use.
Oh my god. If
that isn't the word of a thought, I don't know what is, people. I don't know what is.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna get this up. Let's see if it's saved. If I didn't save, I'll show the Cowboys pick because I'm so excited for these games this weekend. These are gonna be all good games.
I thought somebody sent me something.
Let's see, let's go to current standing. Oh, hopefully the Jets
What's going on, Hisakabe? Is this? Please don't show me this is a link for something inappropriate.
No, don't. I wouldn't press it.
Fun fact: Tom Brady is older than every opposing NFC coach still in the playoffs. What are you talking about? Sean McVay's 35. Oh my gosh, he's young.
I know he's young. He's
Matt
gonna be there
LaFleur
forever.
is younger, and so is Mike Shanahan. I thought Mike Shanahan was pushing 50. He's 42.
Yeah, and
It's quite young. Kyler Murray, when he's in the Cardinals defense, gets a stop. He's Teddy in court. Oh my god. And he runs. He's Teddy in court and he runs.
okay, I'm gonna get this up. Let's see, share screen.
Oh wow, and there's a Doritos chips of the Cowboys nacho year. Funny. Nice. Funny. First round bye, Eagles.
Okay, so we got Eagles, Packers first.
Patriots. Wait, hold up. Eagles, Patriots, or first round bye. They're the same thing. Okay.
Here we go. So 49ers, Packers. Oh, it's gonna be a good game. Saturday night. It's in Lambeau Field.
I'm feeling one team will let the game fall.
It's either gonna be a blowout for the 49ers or it's gonna be a close game and the Packers will win, I think.
I feel like you expect a comeback drive of any of the teams?
Any of the game or this I could see the Packers. Yeah, I could see the Packers coming back. Let's be real, because it's Rodgers at the end of the day. Like I could see when the 49ers go up like 14-0, and Rodgers has I can see that happening. But the Packers, they're gonna get healthy. They're gonna get their Smith back. So, and even though they're probably gonna be I think what's gonna happen is that in the beginning of the game, the Packers will be rusty because of the bye, because they haven't played in 3 weeks. I think the 49ers would be like all hyped considering they just had a big win. So I think the 49ers will score first. I think.
Yeah, because they're still pushing over that momentum. I see what you're getting.
Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen. They'll get up to a good start, but then the Packers will like tie it. I think.
And I mean, the only benefit in pushing over their playoff bye, Packers will have a game plan, pushing over to their little break.
And they'll have rest, and they're gonna be healthy also. That's
yeah.
But who do you think's gonna win?
I don't want to push upon favoritism. We're pushing Packers at least.
Yeah,
I want to say 17-28.
Yeah, probably, because I think the 49ers. I mean, it'll still be a successful season though, because no one's.
And you don't know how much I want to jinx myself so bad right now.
Yeah, I'll pick the Pack just to jinx it. Maybe they'll win. It's like I can't want to see the Pack, but it'll be close.
It's like 51-10. 51-10. Packers beat the Niners 51-10.
Oh, I'm excited for this game. I hope Brady loses. So I could see this being a blowout. Rams vs Bucks. I could see like this Brady getting blown out.
I doubt that. I expect the Rams to score.
Yeah, but it'll probably be a close game, like 30.
I do feel like the Rams will have an issue because they don't have above average running backs.
But they
line.
I mean, I haven't said they do. Michelle and Akers are good.
Akers is good, but he's only good for one side of good run
also,
style.
The Bucks don't really have a running back also, but Fournette's
out.
The
Bucks have a very good D line.
Oh yeah, Vita Vea, Sue.
Vita Vea,
Sue. And their quarterbacks are good also. Sean Murphy, one thing.
So that's going to be a difficulty pushing over that midfield, and I don't know how you're still going to stop.
I feel like the Bucks, but they may have Tristan Wirfs out. I don't know if he'll be out, because they're both questionable. Jensen, they're two best offensive linemen, and their Godwin's out. I think the Rams are gonna win. Now I think about it, even though I don't know. I just feel like the Rams are gonna win. Like I've just got feeling that the Rams will win, and because I can see the Bucks repeating. I don't know why.
I mean, we wouldn't mind seeing the Bucks repeat, but just
I don't want to see it. I want to see a Bengals.
I just want to see a very good Packers and Bucks game. I mean, if the Niners make it against the Bucks, it could be completely one-sided.
That could definitely be a blowout.
But this just feels like a huge proving point for both teams. There's more of a possibility that the Rams can beat the Bucks than the Packers can beat the then the Niners can beat the Packers. Now let's focus on the AFC side. So
who do you want to go with then? Rams or Bucks? Who's your final pick?
I want to hit. I want to try to get with the upset by
Rams. Yeah, we'll pick Rams.
I'm picking Rams.
Yeah. So then we go. This is the game of the week, I think. Both teams. It has to be. This is gonna be.
It has to be.
Because it's a rematch of next. Because we all know Chiefs blew them out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to think. I want to pick the Chiefs, but at the same time, I can see the Bills winning in a really close game. But I think the Chiefs are just too good to probably win. Like,
Uh,
it's such a close game, in my opinion.
what, I mean, if the Chiefs can still hook up good games, or defense can still remain consistent, I don't know how it's gonna work with the Titans.
I get the Bills beat them this year, but also that was when the Chiefs were like struggling. Now and then the Chiefs had like a winning streak after that, like a 7 game winning streak. It looks like Mahomes is playing like at the third best QB right now. Kelsey and Hill are playing good, so I can't see the Bills winning personally. And plus,
Yeah, I
they're
can't.
like I
They
feel like
don't have
Allen.
a
They're gonna
good
have to rely on
record.
Allen too much, and it might cost them. Like because they don't have any running game beside Allen. I mean, Diggs is good.
Singletary played a good game, but that was against a weak
Yeah,
front
but he wasn't
seven.
that good. Allen mostly has to do all the running.
He
If plus that was the
what
Patriots.
what Singletary season right now? What how much he averaged? Like, was he shy of the 900 yards or 800? I bet he
Let's
went
see.
700 rushing yards this
Let's
regular
see.
season.
Let's
Even though he
see.
did play a good game, it was against a team with not a notable defensive line
Let's
at
see
all.
it. See, look. He
Evan
had 870
Singletary,
yards.
he went 870 with only 7 rushing TDs,
Yeah, that's good though. Like
and he didn't
870.
play impressive since the second. Yeah, he did not do well in the first half of the season. When they were falling short and they were in a 3-game winning streak, he only recorded a total of 1 touchdown.
So let's see this. I
And
think
his games when he played well were against the Jets, Jets, Falcons, and the Patriots and the Panthers. He didn't
yeah.
record a rushing TD for 4 straight games, and then since week 10, he hasn't recorded a rushing TD since week 2. So he
Like
obviously
yeah.
has a slump factor. He's not the primary rushing scorer
It's
on the
Josh.
team. It's
Yeah, it's
Josh
Josh
Allen.
now. But I think the Chiefs are gonna win though.
Third and long, Josh Allen. Fourth and long,
With
Josh
Stephon
Allen.
Diggs. They'll
Read
pass
off
to.
Stephon Diggs.
They'll pass to
Uh,
Stephon Diggs or Josh Allen run it. I think the Chiefs are gonna win.
Whenever it's a slip screen play, Colby's.
I'm assuming the Bills lose also, so I don't want to see the Bills win as a Jets fan. Like,
Bills Mafia! We're gonna
oh
make
yeah,
it
jumping through
Super Bowl!
tables and hurting them.
Guys, look, guys.
They just
Bills
jump through
have
tables.
Bills have more. There's more pops in Bills breaking a table than a WWE match.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's more fun though. So, but I
But
think I'm gonna take the
we
Chiefs.
don't see the Bills winning this game.
Really? You gonna take the Bills?
Yeah, I'm not taking the Bills.
Oh, the
Chiefs
Chiefs. Yep.
by
It'll be like,
20 by
oh
by
really?
21. Yeah, Chiefs by
Same as
21.
last year in the conference championship.
Yeah.
I
Even though
get.
it looks like Josh Allen does have postseason experience now,
Yeah, he does. Because
he's
he's been in like for. He went in
they need a
2017.
reliable They need a reliable running back, and if they trade for McCaffrey
I mean, I don't know if I would
or
trade for McCaffrey because he's hurt. I'm sorry, he gets way hurt too very much.
Montgomery from
He gets
Chicago,
he gets hurt too much, McCaffrey.
but what about Ty Montgomery?
Oh, I mean David Montgomery, the guy in the
David
Bears.
Montgomery,
Yeah, I would
yeah,
get
from the
him.
Bears. Above average running back, picks up a lot of weapons. They have a run oriented option play style that can work with Montgomery because he always likes attacking the gut, and they can just pass it to whoever they want.
Stephon Diggs, yeah.
And Stephon Diggs can still be a prime receiver. Like, this can help next season because the Bills have a lot of growing pills because
Yeah,
they
the
can
offensive
work with
line
Josh
can
Allen.
fix a little, but they have some offensive line problems.
You have a 6-foot guy with an arm and legs. That's a good sign. And he
Yeah,
hasn't sucked.
I know he's been good. Even though he had some bad games this year, but he's always gonna have that. Like he'll always have some games because like sometimes there's a decision making big yeah, but most of it he's been good. But then next we got I think the Bengals Titans game. I think it's gonna be the best game of the week in my opinion. The closest game.
Yeah.
But
You
I
really
can't see the Titans
I
winning.
can
I can't.
I
I'm
don't want
sorry.
to see the Titans winning. Their defense, they let too many close games
I
happen
doubt
this
them, the
season.
Titans. And they lost to the Texans this year. Like, let's be real. They were
Oh
okay.
yeah.
They were a good 1 seed. Let's be real because they had so much injuries this year. Like,
Look,
I
they
guess
only
they.
had 2 good games, and they were both with Derrick Henry.
I guess it was they. I mean, they're good games where they blew out the Chiefs and they beat the Bills.
And they had a close one against the Saints, and they had a good game against the Bills. But guess what? But guess who was in that game?
Oh, Derrick Henry.
Even though they
Well, he'll be
finished with
back
a
this
better
week.
record with last year,
He'll be
and he'll
back
be
this
back.
Yeah, Henry will be back this week. But I don't know. But if he's rusty, like.
They've been losing to teams below 500. They even got shut out by the Jets in a close one in overtime
Oh yeah, we beat the
by field
Texans.
goal,
Jets beat them.
and
So.
the Steelers in the
Oh yeah,
playoff
and the
implication games.
I think the Bengals. I don't think the Titans can beat them. Joe Burrow's playing amazing right now. Joe Mix is playing good. They have a good defense. Like their defense is average. It's not
I
bad.
don't see much off. I don't see much off Deion, off Julio Jones to make him such a
Oh
big.
yeah, he wasn't. He got hurt. He was disappointing. I guess it was a good trip for the Falcons.
AJ Green, he's okay up the backfield, but he can't deflect the ball. I don't see him.
AJ Brown's good. Yeah.
AJ Brown, he's good, but he's like, how you feel about their tight end?
Who was their tight end? I don't think.
Anthony Fisker.
Oh, I don't think he's that good. They need a tight. That's like their weak.
And Cody Hollister that used to play for the Seahawks.
Oh yeah. So Bengals tight. I think Joe Burrow's gonna have like 4 touchdowns this game. He's gonna destroy Titans defense. Jamar
I'm
Chase will have
pushing
another good
3.
game.
I'm
Yeah,
pushing 3.
like 30-27 maybe.
They'll score more in the second half, that's for sure. When they're all tired. But yeah, we don't expect much of the defense, even though Kevin Byard's okay. He did play a All-Pro season this year.
Oh yeah, he was really good. Let's see
with
I'm gonna look at the All Pro teams and see.
What's going up for the Pro Bowl right now?
Oh yeah, I think they announced the team. But look at that. I think the All Pro. What's in the All Pro team? So most of them are good. I think. So that's Trevon Diggs making. Okay, Aaron Rodgers first. That means he's gonna win MVP basically because he got not like.
Yeah, he's gonna win. Who's gonna win Man of the Year though? Who's gonna win Man of the Year?
Oh, probably. I think how the media tells you Big Ben's a great person. Like you know how they did that in like ESPN did that, which is funny.
It's both out. It's questionable, Ivan. I don't know.
Yeah, Rodgers. There's the same people who voted for all pro teams for MVP, so he's basically a lock for MVP now, which makes sense. Then Tom Brady made second team. Jonathan Taylor was anonymous. Yeah, no one should have gotten instead of him. Wide receiver Cooper Kupp first team along with Devontae Adams. Then second team Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. That's good. Tight end Mark Andrews. He was really good this year. He was like the best tight end in the league.
Wait, this is all pro list?
Oh yeah. I'll share my screen. Wait. Let me stop sharing.
I'm gonna read some of it too. Give me a second.
Yeah, but I think these are good though. Mark Andrews was amazing this year.
Jonathan Taylor, of course. Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce. Jamar Chase. Rashawn Slater played really well this year.
Oh, Trent Williams. That was a great pick.
Quentin Nelson, well done. He had a good season.
The Jets should have got him, but
TJ Watt, Max Crosby.
Well, the Giants should have had him. But they took a running back instead of a franchise QB and a franchise tackle.
Demario Davis, Cameron Hayward, good work.
Trent Williams was amazing this year. On the
Micah Parsons, isn't he in the runnings for Defensive Player of the Year?
But he won't win it though. It's either gonna be Aaron Donald or TJ Watt. He was in the running for like.
It's gotta go to TJ Watt.
Yeah, probably. But because it's probably voter fatigue also. His voters are like sick of voting for Donald, so it'll probably be TJ Watt. Oh, Darius Leonard, Devondre Campbell. Devondre Campbell led the league in tackles. I think he was really good. Why is Trevon Diggs make the first team? I'm sorry. AJ Terrell should have made over. Terrell had an amazing year.
AJ Terrell is in there, isn't he? He's there.
He's second team though, but he should be over Diggs.
Oh, he's second team.
I know. Why is Diggs on first
Diggs
team?
got more picks.
I know, but he gave it the most yards. You see that stat? He gave it the most yards this season.
Jalen Ramsey is better than Justin Simmons. Jalen Ramsey, he didn't show up until like certain parts of the week.
Yeah, he was good this year though. So he's probably the
Micah
best
Hyde, well deserved, played a real good season.
Jordan Poyer, he was,
and he tied with Buda Baker.
And kicker Justin Tucker and Daniel Carlson. Oh, he's really good, Carlson.
AJ Cole.
He's like 5-game winners.
Braxton Boros. Byron Anger.
Oh, Barrios, man. Yeah, on the Jets. They need to extend him. He's a free agent. He's like the best kick returner. And he's a good slot receiver. I hope they just resign him.
Rodgers is going to win MVP. This is better than an NXT.
Well, yeah, I mean,
he didn't say 2.0, so it makes a lot of sense.
Oh, yeah. When you talk about NXT, then. Let's see.
There's also the NBA All-Star voting.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Knicks are playing, man. Look at the NBA All-Star voting.
Let's go over that. Knicks are playing the Timberwolves, and they are losing.
Yeah, I'm watching. I haven't. Oh, let's see. The Bulls are getting exposed finally. Thank God. Let's be real. They're going to be first.
Oh, never mind. They're down by 1 with only a minute and a half remaining. 109 to 108.
Yeah, it's a close game. Let's see. Look at the. I'm going to name my starters. I think the stars are pretty obvious for most of them at least. Okay, let's see this.
So who should I vote? Let's see, who should I vote for?
Wait, let's see. So I think let's see. So I think DeMar DeRozan will make it in the backcourt.
So it's either people thought Harrison Barnes.
No, I think they give you everyone. Like I think they give you everything.
Oh, they give it. Okay. It's like, wait, I'm supposed to pick Jayshawn Tate or Rashawn Holmes. People thought he was going to be an all-star this year, and he's coming out averaging 12 points with only 8 rebounds. I mean, that's not terrible.
Yeah, he's like a average center. That's not bad.
Average JaVale McGee. I think in my league he's making $100 million for some apparent reason.
Oh, let's see. So let's see. The Eastern Conference front court's easier. It's gonna be Joel Embiid, Durant, and Giannis. Even though Durant got hurt recently, he's out 4 to 6 weeks, so he might get replaced.
I'm gonna pick DeAndre Ayton. I think he's been playing exceptional.
Really over Jokic. Well, he had to put Jokic, right? As your
I put Ayton
over Jokic.
No, not over Jokic. I'm gonna pick him too.
Oh, yeah, 2 forwards. Yeah, but Jokic has been amazing. Like he's literally the only reason Nuggets have been good.
Well, can't I pick a reserve?
Oh yeah, you can only do starters.
Picks.
Because I don't think you're allowed to vote for the reserve. I don't know.
All right. And I'm gonna choose Curry, playing it very insane this year. Luka, I expected a bit more. He was averaging over 25 this year.
Oh, let's see. DST thought that Noah Syndergaard going to the Halos. I mean,
Noah Syndergaard, he went to the Halos.
Yeah, the Angels. I couldn't care because he was hurt for 2 years.
I couldn't care. You see a lot of backwater over their bullpen. You see them pick up a lot of guys for at least $50 million.
I couldn't care.
24 million. How much?
We got Max
Syndergaard?
Scherzer also.
15?
So we have Max Scherzer. So
we'll take that from the petty Mets fan over here. Max Scherzer. What's he gonna average? Oh my gosh! 12 wins this season.
I mean, wins don't matter. Come on, don't use wins anymore.
We're gonna appoint that. We're gonna appoint that. We're going to
wins as a pitcher are the worst stat ever because you got run support.
Reggie Jackson, I thought he was playing very good. He got some good, let alone performances on a lot of games.
Do you want to bet some draft maybe for the Jets? So I want to talk about who the Jets to draft. I think I know what they should do. I think they should trade up and get Kayvon Thibodeaux. But they need a pass rusher. But they haven't had a guy who since 2015 who's had over 10 sacks.
So for the Western Conference, I chose Seth Curry, Donovan Mitchell, Nikola Jokic, DeAndre Ayton, and LeBron James.
Yeah, it's good.
Let's go for the Eastern Conference and
Eastern Conference is easy. It's Giannis, Embiid, Durant.
I'm gonna choose DeRozan and
with the guard.
I want to choose Bradley Beal, but he got hurt.
He's been bad. He's kind of been struggling. He hasn't been bad, but
he's been struggling a bit. Especially Kuzma has been doing good. Darius Garland, dude, very well done performance off him.
Oh, he's been great. Yeah.
It's either him or LaMelo. I'm choosing Darius Garland. I think
Yeah,
he's been more showcasing games.
yeah, and the
And
Cavs have been good this year, surprisingly. Him and Mobley Allen, they've had a good
and
year.
now for the big guys, of course, Durant,
Yeah,
Giannis,
Giannis and Embiid
Embiid,
and Giannis. It has to be those three.
Caruso. Don't make me do this. I'm
Oh, I
not
hate.
bandwagoning
Well,
over that, Ivan.
oh, if you look at this tweet, it says PFF. Can we see Russ and MetLife next season? I wonder if the Giants will do that. The trade for Russell Wilson.
People thought that the Long Island Nets, were gonna go to UBS Center instead of being in Nassau Coliseum.
Oh, UBS. Apparently, the parking's horrible there.
Why, really? Even though
Yeah,
they're near another big stadium
yeah, the parking.
Belmont
Yeah, the
Racetrack.
parking's horrible.
Yeah,
It's a
especially
nightmare.
you have to especially when you have to come in off the extra parking because of the highway. Because I live not that far from there.
Oh, you don't? You live by yeah.
Yeah, I live nearby.
Look at tab NFL. Let's look at some of the head coaching candidates. The Giants have to have a head coach in. Apparently, the favorite for the Giants GM is the guy from Buffalo, Joe Schoen. Apparently, he would bring the Bills offensive coordinator with him. I can't believe the Dolphins fired Brian Flores. That's such a dumb. I still can't believe they did that. Just because they picked
And
Tua over Herbert.
my vote is in.
What's Oh my God! Yes, it was actually wrong. The Marches had 9 catches, 139 total yards. My God,
Well,
crazy.
at least I'll display the voting, I guess, on social media, even though I don't put my channel up like that. But that's it. I'm gonna display a bit of the Knicks game. Wilson is going to stay in Seattle. That's big over the financial reasons. People
Yeah,
thought that he's
apparently
still gonna go to.
I'm
I think
surprised
it's
they.
better if he goes to the Giants. He should. I don't want him to waste his career in Seattle the way they're
Yeah,
going.
even though I think the Giants are gonna get Daybell from the Bills. I think the offensive coordinator and Joe Schoen is the GM. They're gonna bring the ball to the Buffalo guys to be the.
Oh, yeah, they're just gonna push in. It's better than if they try to get Matt Patricia.
Oh well, he was so bad. I'm like,
He
Belichick
was
coaches
so
never work
bad.
out.
It's either eat or get eaten, and I like to eat
Oh, I think
a
Georgia's
lot.
the worst Patricia. Georgia's one of the worst coaches I've ever seen. Him and Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer was a failure.
Urban Meyer
Shad
was a
Khan hired him.
disappointment. He thought
I
college
didn't
players.
expect anything from him though. I wasn't
Okay,
even
we got
surprised.
it's
I knew it was gonna
111.
happen.
It's 111. Minnesota leads by
29
3
seconds.
against. Yep.
Let's see what happens. I have it
And of
here.
course, the head coach is of course going over. Okay, RJ
Yeah, Tom Thibodeau.
Barrett runs there. Oh my God, a more impressive game was going on. Warriors versus Pitt. Never mind.
Oh, Warriors are
Warriors versus
dead.
Pistons.
Yeah, the Warriors got
Pistons.
blown out. The Warriors have been bad recently, I think.
Timberwolves. I don't mind their. Do you mind their city jersey with the?
They're pretty cool, yeah. Okay, let's see what happens. 29 seconds. I'll give it to Randall.
I
28.
don't trust Randall in the clutch. He's
Yeah, I
gonna be
don't either,
pushing up.
obviously. Oh,
They're
Brooks for
just gonna
3.
push it up.
Oh, no, it didn't count.
Oh,
Yeah, he
ref.
made it.
Okay. The only good thing about Tony Khan is AEW.
Wait,
Not,
what?
not
What did he say?
really.
What did he say?
He
Let
said
me
the
see
only
it.
good.
I
Yeah.
mean, not really.
Not really. I
Did you see that
mean,
TRP video? That
they're
was
on
really interesting.
TBS now, Ivan. That's kind of a downgrade. It's
Did you see what Raw's on the next 2 weeks of the Olympics?
yeah.
Sci-fi. I saw
Raw's
this
gonna be
thing
on Sci-Fi.
because of the Olympics.
Rest in peace.
It's bad. They're gonna get less ratings even. They make it worse ratings. They make it
So,
that's
I mean,
bad.
SmackDown used to be on Sci-Fi. WWE, CW used to be on Sci-Fi. So you see where the struggle is. Trying to pass it over the
You see
corner
the
shot.
TRP video?
Bang. Huh?
You see the TRP with the 4chan?
No.
Oh yeah, it was really interesting. I haven't really watched their videos recently, but this is a really good video. I don't know if it was true. It was some wrestler talking about the business, some anonymous wrestler.
Oh,
If you want
which
to do a live reaction to it, maybe.
Oh, if we can, we have some time.
Yeah, it's a really good video.
And also, did you watch Peacemaker?
No, I didn't. Was it good?
Oh, dude, John Cena carries the show. I
Yeah, of course he
can't say
did.
much about the plot,
Of
but
course
dude,
he did.
he is the most
That's
entertaining part about
He's a
it.
good
Even though,
actor.
even though the scene with him saying that, "Oh, I have a huge dick," like unless like it hurts people. Like, dude, don't say that shit and drag it.
Okay, I'm gonna.
It
What's
reminds
his
me of the
TRP?
if you watch Grown Up, The movie.
Oh no.
Grown Ups.
You
Fucking
see the new
awful.
Marvel movie coming out? The new trailer for Monday Night Football. What is it called? Moon. Okay, I'm gonna share this screen. This is a really
Russell
interesting
breaks the
video.
foul shot. Nice work.
There's Tom
Julius
Thibodeau.
Randle.
Oh, how much seconds are left in yours? You might be behind mine.
24.
Oh,
I might be
24.3. Oh, I think we're not behind then. Okay.
Moxley's coming tomorrow. Okay.
Oh, at least that's good. I'm happy for
I mean,
him. He had to
I'm
struggle.
glad he
He
shared
was-
his problems.
Yeah, good for him. I like it.
And Moxley was the better AEW World Champion, in my opinion.
Yeah, but Jericho's Jericho's probably the best considering.
I might put a glimpse into it. I never heard of Moon Knight before in the MCU.
Oh yeah, it's a new movie. They just released. They just did the trailer yesterday.
I gotta watch Moon Knight, and I'm probably gonna watch Morbius.
Okay, so I put this TRB video up.
All right.
Okay, let me just wait. It's one. This is a really interesting video.
AEW. I don't know what struggles more, the AEW or the Jaguars. The Jaguars.
Oh, I think it's the Jaguars. They're both jokes. The Jaguars
Alright,
are
let me
more of a
see.
joke though, I think, because they're wasting Trevor Lawrence. And
So
Never-
most of our predictions that we had so far, we're technically right. Oh yeah, the first round we're pretty right, except possibly BFB that thought the Cardinals would upset the Rams.
no, I thought the Rams would win. I picked the Cowboys won. That's what I got wrong.
Oh yeah, okay. So we have Packers, Rams, Chiefs, Bengals.
And then I'm gonna share my screen for this TRP video.
Okay.
It's a really good video. I haven't really watched, but it's about like you'll see it.
Oh, Moon Knight is a TV show. I thought.
Yeah, it's a TV series that they just released.
All right, the Knicks are down by a point with only 24 seconds remaining. Only one timeout's given out left remaining for the Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards, good luck, bro. I hope to see you in the All-Star game, man.
Can you see the screen?
You've been balling out, man.
Can you see the screen?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Well, after the Knicks game, we'll do it.
It's blurry?
Oh, can you see it? Oh, it's blurry.
Should it be good now?
Okay, let's see what happens. 9 seconds. A Fournier dribbles. Oh, and he misses. Fournier. And they lose. The Knicks lost.
Nice work, Knicks. Nice work, Knicks.
Evan Fournier. Overpaid bomb.
Overpaid
game
bomb.
over to Rosen.
Bricks. He bricks open threes, dude.
He's horrible. We could have got the Rosen instead.
Are you buying 2K20 WWE 2K22 or NBA?
I don't know. I
might.
I already got NBA. I got NBA.
I might just to review it for the.
Yeah, I might get it.
I'm just gonna review it for content reasons. That's technically it.
Okay, so let's do this TRP video. I'm gonna start it.
All right, let's play it already.
Oh, it's not. Wait, it's not let me start.
Packers will kill the Niners. Please do not. Do not try to ruin my mood, dude. We just won a playoff game.
Okay, it's starting it. You can see it.
What is up, everybody? NCJC, and we got an exclusive piece here, and this is
probably good.
Wrestler exposes the business to 4chan. Now,
4chan's
myself
a weird
personally,
website, I
know
think.
jack
I've never
shit
heard
about
of it.
4chan. Same here.
It's like a
My
Reddit.
bro knows jack shit about 4chan. If it weren't for our cool fans out there showing us what's going on out there on the 4chan webs, we wouldn't know about all this crazy shit. Nah. So, homeboy showed me this link. I took a look at it, and at first I was very speculative.
Well, I'll tell you what it's about. So basically, they have some anonymous wrestler who answers questions about AEW and like Triple H and stuff. It exposes the business. It's really interesting. Sorry, boy. And they ask questions.
But as it went along,
like
I started
backstage
thinking to
stuff,
myself,
like
there's
AEW
a
after
couple
parties,
things in
how there's
here
parties after the
that
pay-per-views.
might be true.
Inside job.
Some shit is already lined up with
I'm sorry. Okay.
speculations that.
It's not an inside job. I'm sorry. Did you see this guy on Twitter who said? This is guy on Twitter who said it's an inside job because of Chris Jericho's music played at NXT show, even though he owns the rights to the music.
He owns the rights to the music because he sang the fucking music. You retard.
But also that some say that's the reason why it's an inside job. It's NXT. Like he owns the rights to the music. You can't say that. Some people like make way too much theories about it. Do you think it's a fully inside job? Like,
no, not really. I think
some people.
of course, certain ex-WWE talent, like Chris Jericho, of course, he has 20 years of history with the WWE.
I know.
Of,
And Christian,
of
also
course.
Christian, like
Yeah, of course.
Like-
And Mickey James as well. Like, you don't see the AEW jobbers coming up at the Rumble.
and also it's happened
You
back
heard
then.
of-
Kurt Angle went to TNA. Like, it's not
and
rare.
Booker T.
Yeah, and also like Hulk Hogan, Sting, Jeff Hardy.
And plus, they're still prime wrestlers. You're getting out of their prime Chris Jericho
Yeah,
and
Kurt
Sting.
Angle was amazing. Yeah, Kurt Angle also.
Sting could still go back in 04. Like,
And also Kurt Angle, he's amazing at TNA. Like,
Anonymous, what's your best pizza topping? Who are you?
Made in the past.
Was Tony, right?
So what we're going to do is we're going to comb through the 3 pages here, take a look at the questions that he answered, and see if maybe there's some correlation there. So he calls himself Frogger, which probably tells me that he's an old fuck. I have to guess if he likes Frogger, because nobody else likes
Or a
Frogger.
video game geek.
Yeah, there's a lot of speculation about as to who this could be. Somebody asks, that Big Swole can't wrestle. And
Uh-huh.
he says, I mean, yeah, but you have to understand we privately mock and shit on most female wrestlers all the
oh,
time.
that's good.
I believe that. He was asked, proof or get the
Oh,
fuck out,
you
you
bet
barking
Samoa
faggot.
Joe released before it
And
happened.
he answers with, well,
So-
I'll tell you what. I'll give you some
Oh,
info
wait,
when it
I'll
comes
pa-
out.
so this was before. This was because I think Samoa Joe got released Friday, right? The 7th, right?
The 7th,
got-
yeah.
Yeah. So this is on the 6th. See, look at the date right there, the 6th. He knew about someone texted him about Samoa Joe's release in like some group chat. So that's crazy. So it's
Ooh.
some wrestler that knows. It's brilliant.
So they got it
Out,
before
you'll
us.
know everything I
Yeah,
said
he
here
knew
is
about
for
it.
real.
Joe
Don't
texted
know
him.
why it wasn't reported that Samoa Joe got released again. Pay attention to the date right here.
Look, see?
6th.
It is on Thursday.
So then it's somebody who either knows Samoa Joe personally or works in NXT.
Or knows a lot of people from the indies who knew Samoa Joe. A lot of the names
Triple
that he
H.
drops are old school Ring of Honor names.
Which
Oh,
would be.
time for a Ring of
Because I would
Honor.
imagine Samoa Joe would be like, I just got released again.
Fucking dicks. Yeah, exactly. It was also asked, come on, senpai, you need to try harder. Joey Ryan
Oh,
is
it's
on
Kenny
TV and
Omega.
fuck most of
It's
the
Kenny
whores on the
Omega.
indie scene. You are probably
Yeah,
No
Kenny
one
Omega.
says that.
Oh, no,
Pause.
it's
Pause.
Kenny-
It's Kenny Omega.
Yeah,
No
it's definitely Kenny
straight,
Omega.
no straight living human being that is a grown man that can pay taxes says senpai in a text message. You have got to be fucked. Even
No,
Tony
it's person.
Khan-
No, it's person. Oh wait, but why would we kill Omega though? Because apparently this is a guy from
because
who
he
did
watches
WWE,
anime.
but also this is someone from WWE. Apparently, and they on the video said he worked at NXT in 2016. So it's either Sean Spears or Revival. They said,
Really?
yeah, it's one
Somebody
of
from
those. It's probably Sean
really-
Spears. I think it's Sean Spears, because I think he would do
Look
this.
here, senpai. If my girl's going to AEW, so
Yeah.
I'm going to Impact. I am too.
LOL, that's because he was a promoter. Dude insisted on driving
of course
girls
he
to their
did.
hotels and would always try to get them
He's a
to
creep,
go out for
Joey Ryan.
drinks. Girls
Mhm.
always fuck promoters. Shame because his wife was a real sweetheart. So it was
Oh,
also
here's the next
asked,
one.
makes a big deal about anonymity, won't name names, who cares? He replies with, wrestling is a very close knit, you'd be surprised. How easy it can be to follow a paper trail of sex to find someone's identity. If it makes you feel any better, one of them is in NXT and Tour Impact.
Oh my gosh!
Actually, you didn't go all the
Hey,
way
what?
with the
Can we pause it?
Canadian, but if that
No, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. One of my cousins got into Adelphi.
Oh, that's
It's
good.
it's a local. It's not that far from where I am.
I know where it is. Yeah, I know where it is.
Oh, congratulations to him! Congratulations. I'm sorry to cut it off. That's a big moment.
That's good. Yeah. Congratulations. I guess everyone see. So let's continue.
counts in 3 in Impact. So I mean, at least he got a little bit of pussy here and there.
Yeah.
Good for him. It was asked, spill the
Sexual
dirt on
assault.
AEW. When
Oh,
is
here
it
we
going
go.
to fail? LOL. I could go on for hours about AEW, which is why he probably works there.
Yeah.
It's
See, oh, he
crazy
works
how
at
much
AW.
fans-
See. Look. So
Ace
someone
Austin
working-
has a hog. What do you mean by that?
Oh yeah, some of these are weird. Apparently, 14's like a weird website, like a weirder version of Reddit.
Are you
Like
sure?
dark-
After somebody just text a man senpai.
Just don't know about it, considering how easy it is for rumors to spread nowadays. Either dirt sheet writers are keeping it close to the chest, or the
I wonder how the
locker room is
AW
really
locker
loyal.
room is.
It's a little bit of both.
Like,
Yep.
Depends on your definition of fail. AEW will exist for as long as Tony's dad
oh,
wants to bankroll
exactly.
it. The money is
Yeah.
It's
pocket
gonna
change
go
to
out
him.
whenever
That's
Shaq
not going to
Khan
last
is
for
on
10
pay.
years. AEW is not going to last for 10 years. I'm
Yo, I
sorry
think
for
the-
making.
It could.
Even-
It depends because
It's
Is it
not going to
Ross
last on
Shaq Khan
TV
paying
for 10
money?
years.
As
It's
long as
not going to
Shaq
last
Khan's-
on TV.
I mean, it probably will. If it's not Shaq Khan's paying money, it will, because they have so much
Yeah,
money.
Shaq Khan can produce a business, but it's not going to be highly televised, especially if it doesn't draw.
I'm surprised he let Tony start this company. I guess it must have been.
Yeah, Tony Khan could kickstart it, but how do you think he's producing that much of a budget, especially for touring,
Did you
payroll,
see the big
and
prediction?
promotion?
The big prediction they make in this video, it's okay if I spoil it, is that Triple H could be a free agent for the first time in like years.
Since what, 06?
Probably longer than that, I think.
Longer than that,
20 years.
probably.
20 years probably. So it could
Holy
go to
shit.
AEW, and if that would be a big move for AEW. I think that would get people talking. Let's be real. It's Triple H at the end of the day,
Yeah, Triple H. At least fans still know Triple H, and Triple H, he's still in good shape.
and that would get
I mean,
people talking.
And he suffered from like
The
a
heart
lot of
attack.
long-term injuries.
And the heart attack he had
Heart
recently,
attack.
which sucks. Yeah.
And
I like Triple
I'm
H.
so happy
I think-
Triple H is back to 100%.
And I don't
So,
think apparently he's not backstage. I don't know what happened. I think he's still recovering. But he's
I think a
probably
lot
back-
of stuff changed after releasing Regal and changing their entire roster.
And also NXT
rebranding.
2.0. Yeah, there's gonna be a
And
lot
this
of
was
stuff in this
since-
video about
and-
this. There's gonna be a lot of stuff
This
in
was
video.
since Vince, and this was since Triple H was suffering the heart
They
attack.
released his guys also. Gargano's gone. Well, I don't think Ciampa's gone. I'm
How come I
pretty
feel
sure
like Vince
Colorado
was
is gone.
planning this? How come I feel like Vince was planning this? It's like we need some part
And Bruce
of
Pritchard got promoted
cover
or
to stop fucking up my farm system, pal. So we're
Yeah, and
gonna
also
make
they
Yeah.
fired. Who else did they fire? Samoa Joe was a Triple H guy. Buddy Murphy was a Triple H
Mustafa
guy.
Ali.
Aleister Black. Well, they didn't. I don't think they fired. Didn't Mustafa Ali request his release? I
Yeah,
don't think he did. He
he's
probably
gonna
got
run for
released
president.
anyways.
He's gonna
Or
be the
a
next
Marvel
of our
movie.
facts. He's gonna be
I mean, he could be a decent actor, maybe. I don't know. He'd probably be better as an actor than a wrestler.
He seems to be an intelligent talker. Mustafa Ali just sucks as a wrestler.
Yeah,
like
maybe he'd be
fans like-
better
I'm
outside.
sick of fans being like, "Oh, why do they have to give them these silly characters? Why don't they just be
Well, the
themselves?"
Russian
Every time I
thing was
hear this,
horrible. He's
because
horrible.
themselves suck. Dustin Rhodes by himself sucks.
Oh, he's so
Let-
boring. Like
He is
n-
so
boring.
dull. Without him acting like a fag, nobody would
Like, why is he doing,
remember a
like- See what he
storyline.
did on AEW recently? He did like a super move that like, almost got an injury. But that's what happens at AEW. How old is he?
Yeah.
50?
Yeah,
He's up there. I don't know why he's retired yet. I'm really surprised.
because he
He
can
must be
still
getting paid.
go.
He's
He's gonna
getting
help
paid
with
a
the
lot.
young talent.
Well, we know
That's
the
what
reason
every-
why he's there because he's getting paid
That's
a
what
lot.
every ex
Money.
WWE does. Ex WWE wrestlers have to repent for their sins, so they have to stop.
Continue.
So they have to get over the young talent. That's how it works.
That being said, should Joey Janela really be
Oh,
getting
no,
paid six
no, no, no.
figures?
How is
Is
Joey
that a
Janela
wise
getting
use
paid
of his
6 figures?
investment? Not if you ask
What?
me.
Why is he getting paid 6 figures? That's
know.
like main event money. Why are you making 6 figures?
I don't know. That's
Kevin
bad.
Owens is a higher draw than Joey Janela.
Yeah.
Didn't
Agreed.
Kevin Owens just
He's
get
probably
re-signed
next to be
for
back.
like 6 figures?
Oh,
Why are you
yeah, he
asking
did.
about dick so much? Come on, 4chan. It's a little gay.
Well, and these are the same guys that are calling him a faggot left and right. And then
They
they go,
dropped the fag term, yet they're asking about
Exactly.
Ace Austin's hog size.
Senpai, you're a
scrolling through these
faggot.
comments
It's
was
gay.
literally all they were talking about is, oh, you should get black, you're a faggot.
Or
Just,
they're trying to be like edgy, or it's like
it
dude,
was
it's just gay.
really weak, edgy,
It's like you talk
gay shit.
way
When you still
too
own a
much about dick.
360.
Right.
Wait, it's you have dick on the brain constantly.
It's
You probably
weird.
want dick in your head.
It's weird. So he was asked, if you guys want health insurance so badly, why don't you quit being wrestlers and go get jobs where health insurance is a standard compensation? And he said, I don't need health insurance, but I guess it would be nice if I had kids. That being said, I don't know if people know this, but any injury or accident that occurs at work is covered by any major company worth the salt.
Correct.
True point. Do any of the boys still fuck with cocaine and somas, or is it just perks
Oh,
and dude weed
that's a good
LMO
one.
pens now?
Good
Coke
question.
is still huge. It's not just all
Oh.
video games and kumbaya like the vets would have you believe. It's real big in AEW and the indies. Tony loves it. Dude is tweaked.
Oh,
What?
they have after parties after their pay-per-views. I'm not
Why do you need an
surprised.
after party after your pay-per-view?
I don't know. That's how we does.
Well, we know that most of you guys get, sexually assault your dogs anyway. You
Oh,
can't
there's
be
no.
doing after
Oh, there is a
party.
one. There's a story about that with Chris Jericho. Like a real story with a woman. You'll see it
Oh,
during
no.
this video.
Out at those
Oh,
after
no.
parties.
It's
No
a
clue how
party
that shit
also.
that happens
It's really
at those
creepy.
pay-per-view after parties doesn't come
It's a
out.
serious.
I actually heard
What's
Vince
going on,
still smokes
Amari?
the good stuff, just not at
Wait,
work.
pause real quick.
I know for a
Oh.
fact GCW.
Read what he got here. Have you seen the Fresh Prince reboot? It's from. Oh no, I've seen the trailer. I did not get to see the reboot yet. All right, let's continue.
Payouts are often just coke or pot. Wow. Just a rumor.
Just
And
a rumor.
He was also asked, "You're really going to trigger people with that AEW stuff, Anon. So do you guys see Tony Khan as a money mark to be taken advantage of?" He said 100%, but to be fair, that's with all promoters.
pretty much.
Anyone with 2 brain cells should know that everyone on the roster, aside from a handful of top guys, is disposable to a promoter. Our job is to make as much money out of a run as we can so we can retire with our dicks still working. Tony is very passionate about AEW, and from what I understand, working there a lot more enjoyable than working in WWE.
Oh, I guess that's.
Exactly. He's a sucker for
I think they
paying
say in
so
this
many
video, like,
people to work.
They said in this video later, like one of the things most WWE wrestlers are pressed because it isn't like what they thought it was gonna be when they're growing as a kid. It's also like the attendance is tarped up, which makes sense. They thought it was gonna be more exciting.
I mean, because you're seeing it televised. They don't know how to feel disposable. They don't know, because most of these guys, they either pretend to be a star, pretend that they're always getting the big pop. They always pretend to be something because they're a child. They're young. They don't know how the business works. They don't know how to run as a company. They don't know how touring works. There's a lot of shit that goes into being a pro wrestler that they don't know later on, especially when they're pushing over to the indies, and they just have this fantasy that they think is going to run well. The same thing like in the NFL. In the NFL, you're not going to be a starter. You're not going to be probably an all-pro or consistently a good player. You're possibly going to retire in 3 years, and your wife's probably cheating on you. And your dick's small.
Work on YouTube when they do it for free, but hey, more money for guys I like. Oh, he also wanted to add to that. I will add to this by saying that they're guys that are loyal to the promoter, but they almost always end up with an egg on their face for being marks.
Oh,
Look
yeah,
at Ciampa and Gargano. Remember NXT for life and what
Uh-huh.
they got.
Yep, that's what they got for your choice loyalists. Now
Gargano's gone. Fuck you guys.
and Ciampa, I don't think he's gone, but he is not gonna be on TV.
I think I saw him on main event.
Oh wait, actually, well, he's probably getting released soon. Then that's probably what it means. Because everyone goes to the main event gets released. Like
I mean,
Karen
so was
Cross.
Karrion Kross, but he went to Raw later
Yeah,
on.
but then he got released, so
Yeah.
that's good. Thank God. He's horrible.
EC3 too.
Now he's the only fans account in his life. He's down bad.
It's like, oh, I'm on Ring of Honor making storylines. What are you guys doing? You're on Ring of Honor.
He's even gonna go to.
We should end it there. They're doing an invasion storyline on Impact with Ring of Honor. They don't even have a show.
Yeah, Ring of
Why?
Honor's- I think they closed down Ring of Honor.
No, they're in a hiatus. They'll come back around April for a
Oh,
reimagining.
how's that gonna happen? They have no money. It's gonna go out again.
No one's gonna draw your bullshit work rate on.
Didn't they lose their biggest star, Jay Lethal, who isn't
Mhm.
being used by
to
AEW,
AEW, and now he's feuding
being
with Ricky
buried in
Starks.
dark on Revolution or Dark? which
Living the
sucks.
dream.
I mean, good for him. He's getting paid, but he should be being used. Like
Should be being used a bit better because people know who Jay Lethal is outside.
we all know why though he's being used.
Because he's
that's
black.
Yes.
Thanks, Tony.
Yeah, he loves burning. Okay, let's continue. This is really
For
good.
being Triple H loyalists, look at the ROH guys who sucked Hunter Delirious' dick for years, left with nothing.
Facts.
Mandy Leon, say no more.
And here somebody says touch grass and he replies with, feel free to come back and ask me whatever you like when Joe's releases public knowledge. Keep in mind, on Thursday. Crazy.
Mhm.
Specifically Samoa Joe.
Right.
Come on. And these all happened at once.
Right.
It was like the day of.
I know.
It's
The
like
day
the day of
before.
Road Dogg.
Oh
Oh my
on fire.
gosh.
Seriously.
Here we
So
go.
come on.
This is an interesting one right here. Have you ever fucked Alexa Bliss? And if not,
No.
would you? He says no,
Is this
Yes.
Sammy Guevara?
but she was hotter before she lost the weight.
because
I
he said
hear
he was
Buddy's
in-
still
I think he said he's in NXT until he's 16. I mean, I wouldn't
Okay.
be surprised. It's here Sean. This is your Sean Spears or revival.
It's like pussy. Barely anything. If you.
he has a
if you
shot
will.
at getting back with her.
What does that no yes mean?
I guess what that means is that
Oh, gotcha.
he has
Yeah.
not fucked Alexa
Oh,
Bliss, but he would like
please.
to. Understandable.
Yeah, I mean, back when she, had.
You know when she actually had good features.
Okay, so here he is
Yeah, she
asked,
doesn't.
no clue how the shit that happens at those pay-per-view after parties doesn't come out. Why don't you elaborate then? Any
Oh,
relationships that form of the
Mhm.
company start getting physical there. Jack and Anna Jay hooked up at once. Sammy and Tanera were already friends, but
Oh.
just needed some extra liquid
What?
courage, if you know what I mean, to get physical. I heard Cardona Writer's Girl got very handsy with someone at one of them.
oh, Chelsea Green.
What?
Chelsea
Chelsea
Green.
Green. Oh my God.
She was at. Oh, this party was supposed to be crazy.
In
I
an
want
after party. Was this during All In? No,
I
not
don't
All
know.
In. All Out. This was
probably.
either
Oh, probably
All Out or
all of this
Revolution.
year. I didn't know it
No,
would be all out
last
this
year.
year. But, oh, it probably no. It was
Last
probably
year.
no. It's probably double or
Because we saw
nothing.
Cardona
2019.
in All Out, didn't we?
It's probably, but it says the Kyrie Ray. Oh, it could be a different after party. These are probably.
Oh my God.
Oh, this isn't. I mean, this is really good.
Kylie
The
Ray.
infamous Kylie Ray
Did she
Oh,
incident
you
last
heard
like
of
a
it
happened at the
bumps
first one.
in
So
AW?
that's why she left.
Oh
Did
yeah,
she
but
have
you
an
see,
OnlyFans?
Mhm.
I don't know.
And
You'll see what
he,
happens.
talks a little
Why
bit
the
more on
incident.
that as we
I'll
go
just
on.
describe it later.
Thoughts on big sexy Kevin Nash? I like Diesel, but I gotta say he acts like a bit of a fag online.
Yeah.
True.
Yo, what's good
what
with
do
you?
you guys really think of these 35-year-old Twitter weirdos who are obsessed with
Oh.
wrestling? Openly mock them all the time and then happily collect their money when they come to buy signed 8x10s.
Exactly.
How bad do you feel for the dudes stuck in the Dark Order? They can't be happy that Tony made them a perpetual Brody Lee cover band. Most of these guys are lucky to be
Facts.
collecting a paycheck, to be
No,
honest with
pause,
you.
pause. This
A
is
lot of
done.
the first round
I'm-
AEW hires
wait,
were
pause,
just the
real
Bucks
quick.
rewarding
Oh.
loyalty.
Real
Wait, it's
quick,
not even
this
paused.
wrestler has a bit of an ego.
Oh, yeah.
This is not some
Oh, wait.
underling.
Right.
It's somebody with a bit of an ego on them.
I think somebody older.
I'll
but
pause.
with no
Okay.
Samoa Joe.
Okay,
Look,
then.
AEW
Oh.
stop. They gotta stop getting the necrophilic dick out of Brody Lee's. Like, stop it, please. I think you have to go near back to the last one.
What was that? Someone didn't start back. Okay, there. Okay.
Like, they gotta stop.
Yeah, I know. It's
They
great.
have to stop putting Brody Lee's not a legend. Brody Lee's not a Hall of Famer. He didn't
Of
change
course
the
it
business.
sucks. Of course it sucks.
He's
that he
just a
died, though.
man who tragically passed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that sounds harsh. He did okay. He wrestled in top companies.
He could have been more probably.
He could have been more, probably been world champion. They kept
Yeah.
pushing him to that. He was making
should- He probably should have been at WrestleMania 33.
but he isn't shit because he's
Yeah.
dead. He's not a legend.
Rest
sure-
in peace, though.
I'm sure I bless their mother and child,
I know it
the
sucks.
wife and child, and that's it. Stop
Like-
putting the kid on TV. Just pay the family, give him
I kind of feel bad for the
compensation.
kid. Yeah.
Train the kid if the kid wants to be a wrestler. That's
He
it.
probably
I
does.
don't
That's
wanna,
good.
I don't want to. I swear to God, Brody Lee gets more vignettes than MLK did last night.
Oh well, yeah, that's pretty sad. I mean, of course AEW didn't too.
Jesus fucking Christ!
I'll say that a little
Right.
bit.
Okay, so here he is asked, no clue how the shit that happens at those pay-per-view after parties doesn't come out. Why don't you elaborate then? Any relationships that form of the company start getting physical there. Jack and Anna Jay hooked up at once. Sammy and Tanera were already friends, but just needed some extra liquid courage, if
Oh,
you
that
know what I
happened
mean, to get
recently.
physical. I
Jesus.
heard Cardona Writer's Girl got very handsy with someone at one of them. The infamous Kylie Ray incident happened at the first one.
So that's why she left.
Oh,
okay.
And
no,
he,
that's why
talks
she
a little bit
left?
More on that
Yeah,
as we go on.
it's an
Thoughts on
incident.
big sexy Kevin Nash? I like Diesel, but I gotta say he acts like a bit of a fag online. True.
Yo,
What do you guys
chill
really think
out,
of these
guys.
35-year-old Twitter weirdos who are obsessed with wrestling? Openly mock them all the time and then happily collect their money when they come to buy signed 8x10s.
Exactly.
How bad do you feel for the dudes stuck in the Dark Order? They can't be happy that Tony made them a perpetual Brody Lee cover band. Most of these guys are lucky to
Facts.
be collecting a paycheck, to be honest with you. A lot of the first round AEW hires were just the Bucks rewarding loyalty.
Real quick, this wrestler has a bit of an ego.
Oh, yeah.
This is not some underling.
Right.
It's somebody with a bit of an ego on them.
I think somebody older.
But with no Samoa Joe, though. Like a former Ring of Honor talent. But they would also have to be.
Yeah, it's not Kenny Omega
So
then,
is
but there's your
also
Ring of Honor.
asked, Spill it, how many you fuckers post here? Moreover, what was the insider opinion of shit like woo? Were there dudes just bitching about threads, or was it like, dude, check out this funny shit, haha? I first saw this site when a guy in AEW showed me, Brandy reacting allegedly to a post here. The writer Cardona directly posted a screen cap on Twitter. I talked to a kid in AEW and he
Oh.
showed me how to do this. He said, young guys, and all three major companies are aware of the site. I heard of /woo years ago from some Chikara guys. So obviously they know what's going on.
And
Unfortunately.
to be talking with Brandy, it's somebody within that inner circle.
or at least somebody
Yeah.
who knows AEW.
Revival.
Within the
Or
upper
knows-
echelon. Who was there from the
It has to be the
get-go?
I
revival.
think we got to figure it out.
You're
who
Sean
this guy is.
Spears.
We got to figure it out.
We got to figure
Sean
it out.
Spears, Matt
I gotta
Cross,
say his name though.
somebody that has a relation.
I
with
could
most parts
say
of the
it though,
roster.
but then again, I'd also have to say you're not.
Yeah, you're right. Samojo got released. Well, yeah, it's like
He broke the news before Sean Ross Sapp.
yeah, because Samoa Joe probably called him and was calling everybody, probably for a job.
Okay, so Thursday night, Samoa Joe officially got released. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So how held up was Kenny before he left for his surgery and rehab? I can't tell you from firsthand experience, but I know he isn't a user of conventional self-medication. Never seen him drink or smoke. I assume he had to have done something to keep himself together. Dude is a machine.
Yo, what the hell?
Nah,
I
he's
mean-
definitely a tough guy. He's just a fucking dork.
And I've
Yeah,
never
I'm
gotten
pretty
Also,
much.
it's true. Charlotte Flair has a massive
Nah,
cunt.
he's-
No, read that. Read that.
Oh, wait,
JC,
I'll
read
to go
that.
back to that. Oh, they did it too. Sorry about
Out
the
of
mistake.
out of gay
Definitely straight
wrestler.
edge. His drugs are gay butt sex in video games. As long as he has that, he's good. He was asked, I was asking in the last thread, do you know something about Triple H? Also, is it true that Charlotte Flair is a massive cunt, or is it just a work? The Triple
Nice.
H shit is crazy. Heart attack was definitely stress-related, compound by decades of steroid abuse.
Mhm.
The Game of Thrones-esque shit going down in WWE is insane. Apparently, there is
Oh,
a
wow.
legit internal power struggle, like
Oh
vultures
my
fighting
God,
amongst
jeez.
themselves as a buffalo
Oh,
slowly dies.
Wow.
No one knows who will take over when Vince
Oh,
dies.
it's gonna be
I know
Nick Khan. Okay, it's gonna be Nick Khan, I think.
It cannot be Nick Khan. They're gonna
Yeah, it
push the
will.
nepotism.
It's gonna be
I mean, Nick
Khan.
Khan. I expect him
He's a-
to be a CEO. I don't expect him to
He's
have
gonna
that
run
much
most
of
of
an.
the business stuff. I think he's gonna run most of the business stuff.
I think he's gonna be a major shareholder. I think he's gonna have some power. I don't know.
Yeah, I
if
like
he's gonna
Nick Khan. He's cool though.
They gotta co-own it. They have to co-own it. They
Yeah,
don't have enough guys to
I'll say it's more
singly
like
win the
Stephanie
WWE.
Man. It won't be Triple
Not
H. I don't think.
Stephanie. If Stephanie does it, she kills the fucking business.
It probably will, but it won't be Triple H. Triple H is probably.
I'd rather
Dom
be
Domi.
Shane. I'd rather be Shane and Nick
I doubt to
Khan.
be Shane now, but do you see Shane in the room? Like, I don't think he wants to come back anytime soon. He got kind of disinterested.
I would understand completely why he'd be disinterested.
I like Shane. I wish it was Shane. That's my idea. But I think it's gonna be Nick Khan. I think Vince likes Nick Khan a lot. Apparently, Nick Khan's running most of the stuff.
I mean,
now.
he's entrusted. I mean, he's entrusting him with most of the firings
I know.
lately, and
I wonder when there'll
especially
be
how
more
they are.
firings. They'll probably wait till after
Prof-
WrestleMania. I think.
Yeah, probably after Mania
And like Nikki Cross to get released. Probably.
or Hell in
both
a
people.
Cell because they think it's a smart idea to put Hell in a Cell in the summer.
Oh
or
yeah, I don't
spring.
know why now. That's weird. Okay.
Fact, Hunter does not watch any of the new NXT.
Oh,
My guess
Triple H doesn't watch any new NXT.
That's
I
big.
mean,
He's probably not interested with the way they're formatting it.
I hope
but,
this is true. I mean, do you think it's true this 4chan thing? Do you think people
I doubt
trolling?
that. I doubt that. I think
think it's-
Triple H is. I think Triple H is watching a bit of his talent.
Yeah, I'm
Because
sure
there's
he's
still some
watching.
guys that Vince knows. Like,
I'm sure
didn't
he's
LA
watching
Knight
it.
come back?
Also, Shawn Michaels is still backstage.
Yeah, so he somebody has to notify him what's going on in
He
NXT.
probably knows. I'm sure he like talks to, like Vince every day.
It'd be
I doubt-
stupid if somebody said that he's left in the dark.
Besides, he's definitely he obviously is at the shows right now, but he's like talking to Vince, Nick Khan probably. I'm sure. There's no way he's just completely gone. Even though he could be leaving this year. Like I can see
Yeah.
it happening. If he goes like AEW, becomes like the head booker. I can see that happening. But because if he goes to AEW or Triple H, he would have to become the head booker. There's no way you have to pay him so much money. Like more
Yeah.
than CM Punk probably.
Probably $2 million a year.
And he would ask to like be the head booker and like have like all this.
Especially when it's pushing back more guys. It might bring back Eric Bischoff, Kevin Nash,
Like,
probably.
what's Bischoff just on WWE TV?
Yeah, he
the
was on the
WWE
wedding.
again?
He was in the Miz and Marie segment.
Oh, is he
2
with
weeks
WWE
ago.
now? Is he like working
don't
with them
know.
again?
I don't
That
know.
would be good. I like Bischoff. He's cool.
this is for fear of another medical episode. No clue where Stephanie fits into all of
Oh.
this. Nope, that's a shoot. Charlotte is a head
Oh,
case.
not
Vast
surprised.
majority of the women, they're
No duh,
each
she looks
working
like a
with her,
tranny.
and she has zero allies in the locker room.
Oh, well,
Yep.
you know, remember the Becky and Charlotte fight?
Yeah. With the belt,
Yeah, the belt swap. That was
Yeah.
a mess.
that was childish. Islanders beat the Flyers 4-3.
Again?
Yep.
Islanders look well. They had a bad loss in against the Capitals. They got shut out.
That had to be the saddest 40-yard run ever.
Okay, let's continue. This is a good video so far.
All the wrestlers talk.
That's what all of them do. All of them know each other too. What's the largest amount of wrestling figs you've been able to shove up your asshole at once?
What?
One hillbilly Jim figure. What the fuck? He keeps
What
on
the fuck is
showing
going
who
on
he
here?
is.
This is a
We
deviant
just willed it
pervert.
into shit, and it materializes. It happens. We willed it into existence unwillingly. It happened.
The Kyler Ray thing was real, though I heard from two other people who were there.
Jesus. Okay, so Frogger was asked about the Kylie Ray incident. So to that, he had to say the Kylie Ray thing was real, though. Two people who were there. Not sure why you're so defensive about it. Have you ever interacted with any Joshi wrestlers, and how was it? Does Riho or Shida smoke weed? Dude, I've tried to fuck so many. They are so cagey and standoffish. Unless they know you from your work in Japan or you build a relationship steady, they won't bite. I only know 2 that smokes pot.
I picture them as very like
Hikaru Shida?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Any
Probably
wrestler
Shida.
shit about Meltzer star ratings or consider them credible. LOL, the ones who get high ratings love him, and the ones who
Oh, that
don't
makes
think he's a
sense.
hack. I'll let you do the math. Me personally, I think his taste in modern wrestling sucks.
Oh, cool.
That's just an opinion.
That's a cool.
Wow.
She does.
Nice. What's new?
Someone asked, who is the most insufferable wrestler you've ever met? Leo Rush, Enzo, Quackenbush,
Oh, that makes sense.
Generico, not a bad guy, just a
Enzo's
headache to call a
annoying.
match with.
No
My
shit,
buddy said
Generico.
Top Dollar is the
Oh.
worst he's ever seen.
Top dollar. Oh. Wow, the
Not a
worst I've
bad
ever
guy.
seen. I mean, he was bad. Top Hit-Row was pretty bad.
Most smart workers know everything.
I believe him. General opinion on Jim Cornette. Do people really believe that what he says is a work/angle? Most smart workers know anything Jim/Dave says is a grift designed to elicit responses from their fans and detractors alike to increase engagement and revenue. 99% of wrestlers are narcissists and will believe anything positive said about them is honest, though.
Yep.
So after Smack Headcanon has been 100% right for the last 10 years, or he's lying, he replies with, dude, look at what's happening right now. All of Hunter's guys are being fired while he's out. Why do you think Pritchard got back and Johnny Ace promoted? The old guard
wow.
saw Triple H losing to AEW and the perfect opportunity to convince Vince he's unfit to
Oh.
lead. Shit's crazy. There's a small chance
Oh.
we see Triple H as a free agent for the first time in decades. Wow.
Actually, I believe in that.
Nick
I
Khan's gonna take over
believe
the
that.
company. 'Cause
Yeah, I do also. I can see it happening. Once he comes back, I can see him
Are
leaving.
you ready for the Bullet Club to suck it?
I mean, that would be. I guess it would be so weird to see him in AEW though. Like,
Billy Gunn and Triple H.
Oh, and Shawn Michaels would probably go to AEW, but if Triple H is going, Shawn Michaels is going with them.
Unless they're paying him a lot, just still like be there for the talent.
You'd probably just he could go to AEW, but it's like a really small chance in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because let's be real, I think he'll just stay. Eventually get. Even though he really can't do anything now because NXT is gone, so he
Want to
doesn't really
get
have.
Christian? You got 2.0, pal.
Because right now, Nick Khan is the president of WWE.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
the
yeah.
next in line. He's the next
Yeah.
person that they can rely upon when Vince steps down and they sell.
Very true. So he was asked, is Bryan Danielson actually a psychopath?
No.
Maybe.
Maybe.
He's a really cool dude, but occasionally he'd slip into a discussion about how democracy is a folly because the majority of people are uneducated.
Because he's
and
a
easily
vegan
influenced,
faggot.
and
Whoever
that Earth
disagrees
needs to
will
be
have.
protected by any means necessary. Interesting stuff.
So he's basically an eco-fascist.
I love it.
He's the
He's
real
an
life
eco-socialist. That
How
means
to
he has a
be
small
that?
dick.
Seriously, especially since he's a heel now.
I know he should be
Yeah.
that gimmick.
Do you know if
That
Tony
was
is
good.
going to let talent go this year? Also, what reaction people had in the locker room when they heard about ROH closing down? No, Tony is committed to only letting contracts run out, barring extreme circumstances. The whole Swole situation, by the way, is hilarious. He told her they wouldn't be renewing, and she announced it on Twitter as if it was mutual.
Yeah.
I think Tony played along until the race card got brought up.
Right.
What exactly happened with Kylie? It's
Oh.
more or less what both sides say. Jericho has an open marriage and often tries to
Oh
test
my
the
God.
waters with girls. he
No.
likes.
Oh God.
The word is that the first, I think,
No.
pay-per-view after party, Jericho tried to get Kylie to come into a private room for a talk. I think Kylie had a boyfriend, but I imagine she felt a lot of pressure to accept. I don't know if anything happened or if it did, how far, but she had that
that's
mental
the reason
breakdown soon
Jericho.
after. I don't think Chris is a rapist, though. Also, keep in mind, Kylie's been a hell of a
Pussy's
head
in,
case.
Yeah.
But you
pussy's
gotta
in my
keep in
mind.
mind, she had the fucking 800-pound Chris Jericho. You wouldn't be able to get that fucking memory out of your head of that fat, sweaty grandma just dripping sweat onto you as you
Jericho's
gasp for
titties
life and
swinging
air.
more
It's
than
like if
Kylie's.
Bon Jovi and like Jabba the Hutt were fused together. Imagine trying to fuck that.
Oh no. Jesus.
God, no wonder she's mentally scarred. No wonder she's a head case. No wonder she got fired from Impact Wrestling.
And NWA.
Again, who's
Is
running
she on
Impact at
NWA?
I don't even know.
Don
What she is.
Callis was running Impact. You
Oh,
know,
God, this
good
guy.
friend with Chris Jericho.
Ultimate X with the knockouts.
Oh,
now
he's still in
6
A-
sides to...
Isn't
Yeah,
he
he's still
gone
on
AEW?
Impact.
Isn't he gone from AEW though?
He's working both companies.
I thought he was gone, but I thought they like he's now.
No,
He was, does he run
I'm
Impact?
sorry.
Doesn't he run Impact now?
he's Booker on Impact.
Well, that makes sense why it's so bad.
Rest in peace.
He killed
Scott
Impact.
D'Amore. Don Callis is gonna run that to the ground. They have
He's
no star
probably gonna-
power.
The Tony Khan will probably buy it. I think Tony Khan will probably buy Impact eventually. Then it's
They'll
sell-
think
then
that they're
just
gonna
sell it.
draw their next paper. What's their next pay-per-view after Hard to Kill? I think they have
I
to
don't
win
even
to-
know. Well, see what happened with Impact WWE either.
Oh,
Mickey
it's
James will be on Rumble.
Rebellion.
Mickey James is gonna be on the Rumble, and she's the
They'll
Impact.
they'll try to
champion.
sign Fandango and think like drawing 10,000 is gonna count.
Well, I don't think Impact wants to work with because you remember how bad the Impact and AEW partnership was.
Yeah,
AEW buried Impact basically.
they were drawing 100,000 to 60,000.
Yeah, basically what
That's not a
happened. The
good thing.
partnership was to bury Impact. AEW.
Before the partnership, they were averaging above 250,000 to 300,000,
basically like killed them more.
and that was with the Lucha Brothers, LAX, and Brian Cage
That's exactly
She
what
wasn't
happened.
there long.
and John Morrison.
I blink.
For like a few months.
Yep, pretty crazy. So it was asked, do you watch any of the wrestling that is on TV? And if so, which shows do you think are good and which are bad? One thing you should know is for most wrestlers, the longer you're in the business, the less likely you are to watch wrestling, of course. I watch when someone I
Understandable.
like is going to do something cool or when I hear someone I don't like was dog shit, lol. There's good and bad in everything. I will say that AEW has higher highs than lower lows. WWE is just dull, but the work on the male side is consistent. New Japan is good, but the interest in the West is ice cold, and I don't know how they'll recover. They never will.
No, they're done.
Seriously.
No one cares about Japanese
And if
pussy
you know from
wrestling.
Wrestle Kingdom, barely any fanfare on the internet.
Well,
The nerds usually blow up early January when that shit comes out.
because there's AEW.
Yep.
There's AEW absorbing all those fans.
Yep.
AEW. Oh
Don't
my
have to care
god.
anymore. And not only that, but they don't have to stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning.
No, and you can
2
see all your
o'clock
favorite
in the morning?
NJPW guys in AEW soon.
Absolutely.
You're going to see more NJPW people in AEW.
Oh, definitely.
You will see Okada in AEW. Guaranteed.
And he'll get a
Thoughts
pop
on
of
your guy
10 people.
Jonah. I'm guessing
Wrestling.
Bronson Otaka. Oh!
That guy.
Ah,
Nice dude in person, whiny cunt on the internet.
Oh, hell yeah.
Facts.
So it was asked, is it true Tony Khan is a borderline alcoholic? I've heard of him showing up at places with a cooler full of White Claw before LMFAO. Also, do you know anything about what's up with Ring of Honor? And he said, wouldn't surprise me. I know he's a huge cokehead and he loves White Claw. He's
White
weird
Claw.
because he's awkward and jittery, but also very outgoing.
Would
you just pull down
your pants outside you? You just show me what you got.
Did you put any coke in my White Claw?
Cut it, put it in.
What's Will Ospreay like? Kind of weird, possibly autistic. Doesn't pick up on social cues. Hell
Oh
of a
my
talent. I believe this. I believe
It's like
it.
fucking
I know
weirdo,
this
but
is-
he'll be on my roster.
Oh well, he probably will be now, but he's really weird. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised. That's what they do with Jay Lee though when he the allegations, even though they're gone.
Fun.
It is. Okay, what are some wrestler hookups people should be shocked to find out about? Kimberly and half of the CZW Chikara roster at once.
Oh my gosh, it's a trish.
Last thing you mentioned, a brief bit about AW pay-per-view after parties. Can we get a few more fun stories? First thing I can think of is Chelsea Green giving Jack Perry a lap dance.
Oh
Just
my
general
What?
debauchery and questionable behavior from people.
Why
Everyone
Jack
is-
Perry? He's a fucking child.
Is anyone on the AEW locker room universally hated? Not that I'm aware of, but I know a certain signing, like let's say Ethan
Oh, that
Page,
makes
man,
sense.
a
He
lot of
sounds
people
like he's
already
annoying.
there
I
waiting
don't
for
know.
opportunities to go.
He looks
fuck.
like a gay father.
Yeah, he sounds like
Not
he's
good,
annoying
titties.
also.
Was asked, how do female wrestlers feel about having such mentally unhinged fan bases? As long as they make money off of them, they don't care. Exactly.
Fair enough.
Is
Fair enough.
tribal about what promotion they're on, or is that all just a show for us on Twitter to get people talking? Wouldn't work unless they're a complete retard. You'd have to be an idiot to burn bridges, especially if you're in WWE where you
Yeah,
can be
that's
fired
true,
tomorrow.
And I think you're going to see more of this of wrestlers just spilling their guts on 4chan because it's anonymous.
Exactly. This feels like a work. I've never seen anyone describe another person as autistic outside of a 4chan. You're using our dialect and pretending to be from somewhere else. Dude, I think he's actually autistic. Let's talk about the guy, okay? It sounds like a bunch of bullshit. That's you, but pretty good LARP. I guess I'll indulge. What's the general opinion from actual wrestlers on the higher second-year college athletes that don't know their value direction WWE is taking? I'll say the general feeling of indie wrestlers is we couldn't believe we
Oh,
got
wow.
away with as much as we
That's
did
really
for as
true.
long as we did. Even if it was just in the thing Gargano treated like a star in WWE product was insane. Anyone who isn't completely green knows WWE is just redirecting to what it was decades before Hunter decided to make it his super indie.
Got it.
I'm glad some of my friends got to make money out of it while it lasted, but this was the direction the company had for way longer. And guys my age had an understanding we probably never ever get signed.
Well, there you go.
At least he's humble about it.
At least he's realistic.
Yeah,
I respect
no.
that.
Outing himself.
Oh, we know who it is.
He's really
Calling Will Ospreay retarded, autistic. Oh my
He's
He's a
god.
man in his 40s who has long been a part of NXT, knows the backstage works of NXT, even knows a lot of the people that were in the developmental center who went on to become stars on the main roster.
Mhm.
He is very well familiar with them. He is now a part of the AEW roster, is regularly featured on TV,
Yep.
has connections with a lot of the upper management, especially
Sean
on Cody's
Spears.
side.
Mhm.
It has to
Sean
be Sean
Spears.
Spears. Nobody
Yeah.
likes Sean
He would
Spears.
eventually be a chairman in AEW.
Oh, yeah, but just the
He could be,
chairman.
you know.
That's his
It could be.
nickname.
Depends on how he works.
I heard he's bi, but I know he was in a relationship with Sheeta. Is he talking about Kenny Omega?
Yeah.
Works his way
yes,
up the
he is.
ladder.
Yeah.
Not saying it's that guy, but
Not
shit.
saying, but still. Mm.
Okay, so it was asked, starting to believe this guy is legit. Wrestling is a really small community, and telling one story could easily out this guy's identity. I respect you. Do you know if the rumors of unrest about TV time and new signings being brought into AEW are true? If so, do you know what talent are upset? 90% of the talent you see that almost exclusively appear on Dark are frustrated and restless,
Mhm.
and every new signing makes it worse for them.
Mhm.
Got it.
WWE people complain publicly way more for good reason. I hear Tony is a big loyalty guy, and it's way more likely that you'll be picked up by AEW as a disgruntled ex-WWE employee than picked up by WWE as a disgruntled ex-AEW one.
Yep.
I know one certain ex-WWE guy is very unfulfilled. He debuted in a big way, but
What's he?
fizzled
Which one?
out after working a long program.
I know who it is.
Wrong pros.
Andrade.
program of what? Andrade? Oh,
It
yeah.
has to be him. Because
Has
I'm
to be
not.
Rey
It can't be
Mysterio?
Aleister Black because he's been work. It has to be Andrade, I think. No way, it's someone else. Because he hasn't been used at all. So it's
Andrade
Andrade.
is just still up in the mid card.
Not surprised.
A certain heat killer. It was asked, how do you know about all this backstage power struggle in WWE and also about all those AEW guys? You can't be working for both. LOL, I have group chats with guys in almost every company because of who he knows.
Right. Well,
Mhm.
it's kind of like in the office when people talk.
Right.
Yeah, they talk.
This online water cooler shit right here.
Yeah.
So it was asked, is Kenny Omega gay or is he fucking Sheeta
yeah, I knew
slash
it.
Riho? He says, I heard he's bi, but I know he was in a relationship with Sheeta. Not sure if that's
Oh,
still
right.
true.
Hmm.
I was asked, have you met Punk? Do you know if he's genuinely is trying to be a better person backstage in AEW or is he still a massive cunt to everyone backstage like he was in WWE? He said, I have not met Punk, but everyone I know who knew him in WWE days said he was an unbelievable cunt. AEW people say he's nice enough.
Where are my AEW dildos and ice cream bars?
As long as you give me what I want, I won't throw a fit, you fuckers.
Where's my AEW ice
Scream dildos. Shut up.
I'm gonna spit out my water.
So he was asked, how hard is it to get a job at a local mud show production?
Not hard at all.
Not hard at all. Some of the feds I used to work for have yarders work for free. Pretty sad. Yarders.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Does Vince care about Austin Theory having gay vids available? Having gay what now? I thought that was his trainer, A.R. Fox, who did that.
I've never heard of that. It could be true. I mean, hey, Lars Suckerman had how many fucking gay porn?
That's
dates?
real?
He was signed to WWE
Yeah.
on the main roster.
Fair point. You know what? You got to dig this shit up, guys. You got to do more research. It should be part of the background check.
Yeah, I need to look for more gay vids
thoughts
in my
on Ray
spare time.
Phoenix's injury or any other recent injuries in either company for that matter. Par for the course or preventable mishaps that are resolved with the way they do business. Par for the course. He tried to fall with his arms out like a normal bump, but going through a table, you just got to take it all on your back. That being said, I don't know if two babyface teams not in a blood feud need to be doing hardcore spots. That's just me being a bitter old man.
No, she's being accurate,
right?
It's also
No,
you
it's
exposing your
you being
identity.
realistic.
Seriously.
It shouldn't be.
I know.
It shouldn't be
Is
an
Jack
old way of
Perry
thinking. Make
okay
sure
with
your
NJ
workers
fucking
safe.
men behind his back?
Yeah, I
Haven't
know.
heard of that.
I mean,
What?
she's way out of his league.
Right. This person said, I can believe that. Page was the first signing that was noticeably unremarkable. He's not bad, but he's terribly average, and I really don't understand why Tony jumped on him. Agreed. So basically, on this post here, they bleeped out the name, but he's talking about Sami Zayn. He says, it's so true. He's insanely finicky and will try to change spots seconds before his music hits.
Yep.
So fucking annoying, but also kind of endearing. LOL. I was told both him and Steen resigned.
Yeah. You know, everything has to be just right. Everything has to be right. So the music, the entrance,
Everything is right. You call me a faggot because I am.
Everything has to be right.
You know, the whole reason I didn't go over and form Mount Rushmore is because I'm getting paid millions and I have my own private blowjob buddy. Would you resign? Would you go to GAW if you didn't have your own private blowjob buddy?
I gotta push back on you, Kevin Oinkins. You'd have a whole new fucking team of blowjob buddies in AEW.
Exactly.
In GAW.
Yes, he would have a train in GAW.
It's like you kind of missed out, dude.
Mm-hmm. This one's good right here. Do wrestlers hate Triple H? Anyone Triple H passed up while he ran NXT hates him.
Good.
I know a lot of people with a good riddance attitude since it felt like he was booking more for smart marks than he was for trying to run a successful developmental.
Yeah. Fucking assholes cutting the fucking most brilliant wrestling promoter in the history of wrestling.
So up next, he was asked, do you know what happened with Brian Cage? Dude has a hot streak going a year ago, even beat Page clean on TV, and then just completely dropped off the face of the planet in the middle of a face turn feud. Did he do or say something to catch heat backstage? And this guy said, dude is just a fucking retard, no other way to put it. Even outside of the back stuff, he is just an idiot and hard to work with, not in a malicious way. It's like dealing with someone with special needs. Wow.
Yo.
Good Lord. This guy's going to get his ass beat.
Well, and they're gonna know who it is.
Of course.
They're gonna put two and two together.
And we're not even
What happened?
doing
man.
anything like exposing this guy. He put the shit on 4chan. All we're doing is showing you the shit he said on
And
4chan.
you already exposed that he's an old man.
Makes
Yeah,
Brian Cage
so
look
That
like a
knows
stupid
people
idiot.
in the AEW and WWE locker room. So I'm leaving it at that.
Okay.
Up next, he was asked, does anyone in the business actually hate Daniel Bryan? Is anyone in the business pissed off or seething at Ric Flair and Tommy Dreamer about the dark side of the ring thing? And what do people think of the return of Rob Black and XPW?
Who?
Where the fuck is David Starr?
I think it's supposed to
He
be
replies
Brody
with
King.
no, besides the Twitter activists who are desperate for likes. Just a nostalgic cash in for a quick buck. He was a little cunt, hopefully somewhere mopping up piss and shit. Wow.
Wow.
Who was the biggest whore at WWE? Dana Brooke.
Oh,
That's a hell of a claim right there, especially with Kelly Kelly in the past, you know?
Yeah. And Trish Stratus and Sable and Deborah. And
Oh, so many of them. You'd be surprised how many of these girls were escorts.
It's
And
like, who was not banging the whole locker room? Karma.
not only that, but they bang people to get
Dana
into
Brooke
the
be going
WWE
for that
locker
BBC.
room.
Apollo
didn't? I
Crews
think that's
doesn't get
the
to
harder
complain
Especially in the
anymore.
90s. Like everybody,
Right.
like maybe Molly Holly, I've heard that she was a saint, but even then she probably sucked a couple dudes off. You know, I
I
don't
think
know.
Nicole Bass, maybe. But I don't know.
No. Cole Bass actually did a porno with John Kronos. You know, remember the
What?
Eliminators? WCW? Yeah, John Kronos did some weird fucking BDSM porno with
Let
her. or
me
some
in
shit.
that
John
pussy,
Kronos looks like
alleged
Rusev.
pussy. You're not Russian, but I think you'll do for now. Oh, Jesus Christ.
No.
So it was asked, what do you
John
think of the
Adams apple,
Briscoes?
damn
Just
it.
curious because I live near them and I see them around. They seem like cool guys. Awesome promos and great wrestlers. Don't know them personally besides
Oh,
sharing
they're
some
cool.
locker rooms. How's modern day backstage politicking like? What do wrestlers say or do to bookers or promoters to gain favor?
Blowjobs.
Still happens all the time. It's like any other workplace. If you can't get to the boss, butter up the boss's favorites. Make them look great. Ask them to watch your matches. Give you advice, and then take and apply that advice so they feel invested in your success. Typical shit. In AEW, there's a bit of a party culture that probably helps if you drink and party with Tony. Vince doesn't hang around the boys, of course. TNA is a little weird because most people would rather be making AEW money, LOL. We still call it TNA, by the way. Any news on why Nick Gage has disappeared from GCW recently? Don't tell me he relapsed. He did, and it's because of that fucking idiot Lauderdale paying his talent with drugs. Surprised he hasn't got canceled or whatever. The little freak dated a 16-year-old.
Oh my
Whoa.
What?
Damn. Those are heavy allegations right there.
Yeah.
He was asked what
CZW.
wrestlers were cool to work
No,
with. Doesn't
GCW.
even have to be anyone you had a match with, just people that were chill in the locker room. Rocky Romero is awesome. The Good Brothers before their WWE run made them bitter as hell, stand out as being fun to hang with. Jushin Liger makes every locker room more entertaining. Chucky and Trent were always cool as hell with me.
This guy's an actual wrestler.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, he's a wrestler.
Do you know
He
if
knows he's
Asuka's
good.
coming back? Also, how is Becky Lynch backstage? No clue. Heard it was a shoulder thing. Becky, I hear, is nice, but man, her shtick on TV is hard to watch.
Exactly.
Did Jeff Hardy relapse? The funny thing about Jeff is being dazed and aimlessly wandering is his natural state of being, so no one knew anything was wrong with him before that match. As of right now, we don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if he just wanted out.
Yeah.
It was asked, thoughts on Gigi and what are the guys in the locker room saying about her ass?
Please, no.
That thing can't be real, right? For a skinny white girl? Darby was lucky to hit that, and Joey and a few others.
Yeah.
You mentioned in the other thread that
It's
Tate
always
Conti and
Joey,
Sammy Guevara
bro.
hooked up at an
Always
AEW
Joey.
after party. Was it before or after he split with his fiancée? Probably before, if I had to guess. How many times have you been raped by a gay black man?
Jeez.
1.5. What the fuck? Was there a lot of tension between developmental guys and the main roster when it came to cameo Twitch rules? I
Whoa.
can't imagine guys were very happy about losing free money.
Kiki
Yeah,
and
man, it was a
retarded.
big drama. I heard Creed and AJ
Whoa.
even went to Connecticut to talk to Vince about it. I guess the downsides are just too good, though. The women were making a fuck ton on Cameo. Can't imagine they were happy.
Who's
Do you
saying the
know
N-word
who
here?
WWE is trying to sell itself to?
Oh,
I heard
jeez.
NBC or Disney since Fox fell through. Exactly.
Yep.
How do wrestlers that have been around a while feel about the current climate, popularity, fans, or tarps, etc. in wrestling today? Is it disheartening seeing WWE with so many empty seats? Do you guys feel like wrestling can come back to how it was 20 years ago or not? How do you feel about the future of it with AEW now in the mix? Do you see a third brand happening or any general thoughts? I'll tell you this, a lot of guys working in WWE are depressed because it isn't what they dreamed it would be as kids. It's just not fun to work there. The money is amazing, though. If anyone is doing this for the fame, they're in the wrong business. There are TikTokers or whatever 10 times more famous than us. So true.
Yep.
What do you know about the Paige
Sadly.
sex tape scandal that isn't already out in the public? Who else did she fuck? Only that Maddox completely disappeared and ghosted everyone he knew in the business afterwards. It was him that leaked it, right? Exactly.
Right.
Wrestlers love to gossip. It's literally like high school. 100%. We're all narcissistic, gossipy bitches.
Mm-hmm.
Generico is not a bad guy, just a headache to call a match with. Example? Like I said, changing what we called every 5 minutes, right down to our entrance music playing, being very controlling over the story of the match, very neurotic, very Jewish for an Arab fella.
If this is a troll, it's a very good troll.
Nah, he's doing a very good job at trolling. You got to give him credit.
If it's troll, I
Facts.
think it's real though.
Vince doesn't hang around the boys, of course. He used to. Maybe that says a lot. He's fucking old, man. I've been told you can barely hear him anymore. Like, people have to lean in to hear what he's saying.
Yep.
Know anything about what happened with Sammy and Impact when he got sent home from that taping? Always seemed there was more to that. Sammy's kind of an immature little shit. I guess he was supposed to work a program with someone over there, maybe Chris Bay, something in the X division, and he felt it was beneath him, which word is it hurt his and Jericho's relationship, and that's why you don't see them as much together anymore. You ever spoke to CM Punk? Cool guy or a prick? Never met him. But a buddy of mine told a story of meeting him in the Indies. He was going around shaking everyone's hand as a customary, people introducing themselves with their real names. Gets to Punk, who's sitting in a chair. Dude looks up without raising a hand and goes, Punk, before looking back down. My buddy was like, cool, man. That was his live journal days. I think he was just an edgy shit.
Well, now he's half a man. He used to be.
Seriously.
Alpha
You ever
man
go out of
looks
your
like
way
a
to
crack
hurt
addict.
someone in the ring for an attitude problem or maybe a fuck up during the match? Not hurt, but I'd stiff them.
So in other words, hurt them. Yeah.
Right. Deliberately injuring someone is just a piece of shit thing to do, no matter how bad they are. Beating the fuck out of them, though, is cool, though. Sorry for being vague, but you can find me doing this kind of shit to certain people. We've seen you do it a couple times in NXT and on AEW, actually.
Yep.
I'm curious
Oh,
about
no.
how the AEW guys react to places like Reddit and Twitter acting like an actual cult for them. Do they think it's hilarious or do they let it go to their heads? I imagine they get nice laughs out of the marks, smart marks, especially since that always seems to be funny to wrestlers. In group settings, we will laugh it up and share marked tweets, DMs, etc. in private, though. I think it gets to their heads, especially when they're not being pushed and marks are saying they deserve better. We make fun of the bigger internet wrestling personalities, too. Ask about some and I'll tell you if I know anything.
Oh, shit.
I get the feeling he wants to be an auteur like Danielson or Kenny, but he isn't there.
Auteur.
He is really talented, though, just overthinks everything. To Danielson, it just comes and goes easy, like it's second nature.
He's the sophisticated autistic man.
You know, he's like the Rain Man of wrestling. You really got to look
Rain
at
Man
it.
of
Look how he
wrestling.
cuts promos.
He's gonna do it well, but not as you
So
expect.
it was asked, any stories about wrestling with guys you looked up to as a little Jimmy? Have you crossed paths with the Hulkster or Flair? I got to work with one of my favorite wrestlers from the 80s a long time ago. He refused to take a single bump or call a single shot, LOL. At the time, I was mad, but now I get it. Match was the shits, though. Seen and interacted with Flair at conventions and signings. He radiates energy and charisma. When he starts to slur his words, though, it's a bit sad.
Yeah.
He was also asked a few days ago, there were some guys posting in-depth stories about Chikara. Do you know any of these guys? Is it true it's coming back this year? Who gives a shit?
Right.
I'm happy the Smash Bros. OC and Chucky are getting a paycheck every week, among others. I wouldn't be shocked if Quack tried to make some money with a revival, but a lot of their fan base was sensitive online types, and he lost all of that goodwill. Most of the Chikara guys have been left in the dust, and it's sad. Did you know Jervis was the fucking admin of the Reddit wrestling forum? Wow.
Of the wrestling Reddit forum.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn, did not
That's
know that about
insane.
Jervis Cottonbelly.
No.
Real or LARP, this has been the best PW thread in a while, thank you. Who are some obnoxious old-timers that you've met? He's not old, but man, RVD is one bitter fuck. I never met a stoner less chill. Honky Tonk is horrible, but entertaining as fuck. Tony Atlas, beyond the foot fetish stuff, is kind of a dick. Older
He has a
guys
foot
who are
fetish?
really cool and helpful, though, Jimmy Hart,
Gee,
Super
that's
Crazy, Jerry Lynn, Steve Carino. I was in a plane coming back from Toledo, Ohio, and we had Honky Tonk Man sitting behind us. And he was asking us where we were landing, and we told him where we were landing. I'm not going to say what city. And he's like, you think you can hook up some coke? And we're like,
For the
nah,
honky
sorry,
tonk?
man, we're more weed people. And he's like, I get
I'll
it.
sing for you for the coke.
Yeah, it's trying to feel good.
Trying to take the edge off of life
Yeah.
by putting on more edge.
Because he's an emo kid. It's
So it was
probably
asked,
Darby Allin.
does Malachi
Malachi.
design his own merch himself?
Fuck.
Why is it so shit? Because he's an edgy emo kid. Love it. Who is Mandy Rose fucking / dating? She used to be with that Tino guy from NXT. I'm not totally unconvinced she isn't lesing out right now. Could be.
I mean, when you look at what she's got on that
Gigi
team,
She's
Dobbins
probably got
and-
Gigi Dolan's ass cheeks right up in her face. I wouldn't be
Just-
surprised.
that's
They're
a
just
good
scissoring in the
thought.
locker room.
It's a good visual.
I want to believe that Mandy Rose and Gigi don't.
Please be
Oh,
real,
that'd be
though.
hot. You know what? Just throw in
Please.
JC. Why not?
Yeah.
Please.
Be the referee.
It is. So it was asked, a wrestler you haven't wrestled and would like to have a match with, and any genuinely nice and cool wrestlers in backstage that you know or have heard about. He says singles with Danielson. Mickey James was a sweetheart and rubbed my leg while we were sitting down. Was a good material for the hotel room that night. Serena Deeb is an awesome person and great worker. Most people nowadays are cool. Man, it's hard to name anyone especially nice. I will say that Cody tries almost too hard to be nice. Like, it almost seems to be like there's an ulterior motive. I don't mean to be a douche, but he's a little bit odd. Yeah, we know. Are TK and the other big names getting concerned that their ratings aren't improving even in the most hyped up period? I don't think so. Nielsen ratings are so finicky and the houses are doing well.
Right. So as long as those houses are doing well, I think Tony would be like, well, that's all the justification we need to keep going.
Exactly.
So, I mean, he'll keep going until
There's no market for it, yeah.
Or he just gets like, he's like, fuck it, I'm tired of the bullshit.
Well, I think that's really what's going to disillusion him, though, is when he's watching backstage and he sees the empty arenas.
But even then, let's say that there's like another lockdown and you can't have those arenas anymore.
Oh, he'll go back to Daly's place.
Yeah, no, he'll go back to Daly's place. But like, let's say he's not even allowed to have people in the Daly's place. He'll just make excuses saying, well, you know, TBS is still happy with our rating. He'll find any little excuse to keep going until he's just genuinely not happy running it. And then I think he shuts it down. I think that's when he shuts it down.
That's not going to be for a while.
Yeah.
So he was asked, do you know Sidwick? He creates fan fiction from matches out of nothing. Sure, the boys backstage must laugh at him. What do AEW wrestlers think of the nerdy fan base that brings video game and anime signs to shows? He says, LOL, yes, the what culture guy. His shit is gold. We like to joke about how every little spot in an AEW match is actually a multi-layer 4D storytelling masterpiece. We make fun of the bigger internet wrestling personalities. Ask about someone, I'll tell you if I know anything. Bix. I know wrestler pretends to be his friend so he can say positive shits about them online, but I want to know what's the most honest-to-God opinion about him. He said, I was told by a worker at that show, I don't know if I was at Progress or Evolve or something, that multiple people in the crowd said the putrid shit smell was gone after Bix and Span left the venue. You can thank Lauderdale for enabling that freak. Besides shitting his pants and trying to cancel my friends, I don't know anything else about him. TNT Warner was only expecting Dynamite to get somewhere in the ballpark of 300 to 500K a week, and they had boners for AEW ever since. He said, I believe that.
Yeah.
How do people in AEW/WWE feel about Hook? A good, talented kid not being helped by his head case, self-marked father, and AEW fans treating him like a god after his first match. Exactly.
Facts.
Is Meltzer really on the payroll, or is he just a mark for AEW? He is paid in information, and that information is repaid with positive coverage. Tale as old as time as the dirt sheets. Only problem is now he's lacks sources in almost every other company.
Mm-hmm.
Has
I
Becky
agree with
ever
that.
cheated on Seth? Has there ever been any cheating scandals in AEW or WWE?
Boy.
He said, I've heard less than savory things about Ryder's Girl. As far as out of business relationship drama, some guys and girls cheat all the time. Wrestlers are scumbags.
God.
I completely believe
Oh
it.
my
What do you
God.
guys think of SRS, Denise Salicato, and the Smarks journalists of Fightful and One? Marks to be taken advantage of, give a scoop, get positive coverage. WWE has been trying to bankroll some of these guys, though.
Mm-hmm.
It was asked, are you a draw, brother? Fuck no. He realizes
he's
it. He
honest.
knows what's up. Do jobbers get depressed? Hell, guys who win every week are depressed. Wrestlers are so egotistical and, for the most part, ambitious. They're always going to want what they don't have yet. Of course, a pay bump shuts you up for a while, or the occasional little push/title win. Who's the biggest self-mark amongst the younger guys currently? I hear the 4 pillars shit is getting to the kid's head a bit. Jack is a sweetheart, though. Sammy, I could see it. Darby, you never know when he's trying to work the gimmick or if he's just being weird. Same with Max. On the WWE side, the wrestler is so fucking old I can't even think of an example. I hear Ray's kid is super nice and respectful. Throw out a name and I'll see if I can find out. Okay, the real question. Do male wrestlers watch and talk about female wrestlers with big asses, like going to train and watching the masses work out? Of course, I know male wrestlers who invite hot chicks to roll around in the ring before the show, getting all sweaty and rubbing on each other and shit. Is wrestling's growth possible anymore, or will the viewership continue to dwindle? Nielsen's system is antiquated. You want to know how interest really is? Look at the houses. I know he's a huge cokehead and he loves White Claw. Either Tony is insanely based or getting more unclear. He's kind of like if the wrestling nerd at high school decided to throw parties at his parents' mansion and supply all the booze people want.
Oh my God.
I'm sipping on drinks, but have to listen to his booking ideas for your storylines. Do you know if Kevin Nash knows about the KWAB stuff? And if you do, what does he think about it? Also, how is Conrad on every wrestling podcast? I hate that shut-in, fixing shits and pants too. He's fucking annoying, chiming and interrupting with his fat fuck voice when I just want to listen to Derek Bischoff, whoever tells him. What's the consensus of Danhausen? Below average wrestler, excellent gimmick. Anyone who makes money and gets over without having to take a bump is a breakout for now. Yes, right.
That's a good thing.
A rumor of a self-proclaimed insider claimed a couple of months ago. He claimed that WWE is going to slowly phase out all their Japanese wrestlers through releases and not renewing contracts because they're trying to get a deal with China like they did with the Saudis. If this were true, they wouldn't fire them, just not bring them to the shows like Generico Saudi. I think they fired Jack just because Vince hates them, LOL.
Hey,
Understand the feel about being cut by Allie Katch after he proposed to her at a show. I doubt he's mad considering how much she ballooned. You got to think whatever GCW is down right now. What are your thoughts on Jon Moxley and when is he coming back? I never thought he was particularly good in the ring, but he has a raw magnetism and charisma that is undeniable. I don't know when he will be back, but I hope he's healthier for his family's sake. Who is the best wrestler you've ever seen work and why? As a wrestler, Danielson, Christian, Styles. This shit's just so fucking easy to them. It's second nature. They can call a bunch of shit before the match, but they also don't have to. They can also have captivating matches either way. No waste in motion can make anyone or any body type or style great. Love watching them. I love Warrior, Sid, Shamrock, Austin. They don't really care about work rate as a fan so much as intensity.
Mm-hmm.
He's exposing who the fuck he is.
We definitely know who it is, and hopefully you know who it is by now.
I think he worked with Danielson, Christian, and Styles. Well, gee, what do you
there's a bunch of wrestlers that work with those guys.
Yeah, sounds sweet.
Look at old school WWE, FCW. A lot of the talent that we now know nowadays has competed in FCW.
And this one too.
Yes, he did. Where the fuck is Chris Hero? Great question, man. That kind of wealth of knowledge is invaluable. I heard Triple H just couldn't get over how fat he looked.
It's so fat.
Damn, that's a big fat ass. Which is funny because he has a boner for Walter. I'm assuming Tony may feel the same way. It's because Cassius Ohno is a big fat computer programmer nerd. Like Walter at least kind of looks like a tough fat gay dude.
Right.
You know, he looks like he could slap around people in the bathhouse.
I mean, yeah, he may be a skinny, that bloody dirt, but he's gonna tell me. You look at him with the black things and the trousers and the crew cut. He's got some toughness to him. But this fancy sort of guy, he's got pits and down past his knees, a fat dump truck ass. He's just sticking over years.
That's her answer. That's her answer.
So, hey, on TWR News, what's he doing right now? He's doing bedside podcasting.
Yes.
Where he gives online grocery shopping reviews.
Love advice.
Ah, stretch marks are making a skin river.
Reinforcement hydraulics on your car.
Just kill yourself.
CPI has a low connection.
That needs a crane to get fucking by.
I think he just has the bed on a train track, and he just goes, it's like through the bedroom door all the way to the front door, so he can literally grab the groceries from the front door and then go back in the bedroom with the groceries.
Yeah, the one chick he was dating that one time went to the dollar store and got that like little dollar claw grabber thing.
Yes.
That's his extend wand. God, man, it's. Do you blame Triple H for making fun of him?
I mean, he knew we were going to be at a live show, so he purposely
come
booked
on.
him that.
That's a good point. Because think about it. Every time that they'd come to where we live, we see Fat Ass Yasano.
Yep,
Like clockwork.
like that.
Triple H knew.
Of course.
He's like, all right. So when he hears the name thunder, turn the garage, give me my fucking flat door. I want to see the shit.
Who's getting released next? I only know about Joe because of a friend. I don't know how they can release more people. Are they struggling to gather enough people for the last 24/7 title chase that they tried? You can only make so many cuts.
Mhm.
Which wrestlers backstage are the least like their characters on TV and that the average fan would be surprised about? Probably MJF when he isn't living the gimmick. Sting is an obvious answer too. Who's the stiffest worker? Cedric Alexander. Really? Do you think Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose were lesbian lovers, or do you know something? He said, I have my suspicions. Is Brett Lauderdale really a pedophile?
Jesus.
Yes. Any truth to the rumor that Cardona, Chelsea, Cody, and Randy all fucking Cardona is actually the father of Cody's son? And he said, do you think Nick Cardona is black? How many wrestlers browse on the wrestling board? Well, I find that hard to believe because I've heard some rumors about people coming on 4chan as wrestlers, like outing themselves.
I think what he's trying to say is that not many.
Yeah,
In the grand scheme of things, it's like,
Yeah, they don't care. Who's the biggest sled on the roster? Shane McMahon.
hey,
Why haven't Dakota and Shayna admitted that they're a couple yet? They were told to keep quiet as Sonya's the big gay star. Did WWE drop the ball with Big E's title reign, or was it particularly E's fault for not dropping the goofball gimmick? Vince didn't want Big E as the champ, but he didn't want Woods to look like a bigger deal than him winning the crown. Is there anything specific you would like fans to know that people can't say publicly? Who's your favorite Joshi? Steph Rape? Macho Man?
Ooh, step on the sweet virgin flower.
What really is the highly... Who's the most disliked male wrestler in the AEW locker room? Most disliked female wrestler? Were Impact wrestlers pissed that they made to look like Jobber in the AEW crossover? Nothing happened. People online invented a story and dirt sheets ran with it. Yeah, sounds about right.
Yep.
Is Brett Lauderdale really a pedophile? Do you consider dating a 16-year-old at his age to be pedophilia? Either way, he's a little less scumbag. Any truth to the rumor that Matt Cardona, Chelsea, Cody, and Brandy all fuck and Cardona is actually his mother? LOL, no, but I hear Chelsea gets around. Just saw that Janela angle they're doing to Macho Flair. Matt is a weird dude. What's the backstage at AEW like? Is it really as friendly as they make it seem, or is there politicking and cliques? Do wrestlers really think Tony Khan is a great boss or just a money mark? The politics mostly revolve around getting the EVPs to like you. I'd help you if Cody makes you one of his pet projects. If you're young and lucky, Tony will deem you one of the future prospects. The whole Four Pillars thing was his idea, and the most wrestlers think it was a dumb decision to place so much importance on young, unpredictable talent. Fair point. Who's the nicest girl on the main roster of WWE? Nikki Cross is a sweetheart.
I believe it.
What do other wrestlers think about Brandy Rhodes? What do they think about Cody curing racism with his first interracial baby in history? Talentless
my
nepotism
God.
figure in AEW, great body though. Every Fed has a woman who thinks she's more important and talented than she really is. I know Walter is fat, but Hero looks like shit. At least Walter has height going for him, but Hero has a nasty gut. Hero is quite tall. Doesn't look like it on TV.
Not really. It's just so fat it just negates.
How tall is he?
See, okay, he's not above 6 feet if he thinks that Chris Hero's a tall guy.
Right.
What was the wrestler's reaction to Marco's GCW dildo match? Effie's a fucking weirdo. Not very good at wrestling and has way more power than he should have. I feel sorry for the kid. Why haven't Dakota and Shannon admitted they're a couple yet? Female wrestlers lose a huge amount of revenue when they admit they're in relationships. As long as there's an ounce of doubt, they make money. In the previous thread, you said that Dana Brooke is the biggest whore. Can you elaborate? All I know is she sucked off one of the writers for a while. Is there anything you would like fans to know that people can't say publicly? Who is your favorite Joshi? Sure, most of the social justice shit you see on Twitter is a total work. In private, almost all wrestlers are crass, offensive, shit on women, etc. But many of them are narcissistic social climbers who would mutilate themselves for online.
Pretty much. It's all fucking work, yeah.
True.
I believe. Thoughts on Eddie Kingston and the possibility of them doing another death match on AEW? Awesome promo, great intensity, pretty sloppy in the ring, but if he got in better shape, that would help. I forgot to answer that question about Heat. Keith Lee and Eddie are going to have words if he gets signed. Something else people may not know is Deanna was blacklisted from AEW after she cheated on Marty.
Ooh.
I don't know
She
if
what?
that is still after he became persona non grata.
Probably not the case anymore.
I know. I don't think it is.
If the basis of her heat with them was
That.
them,
Talking about
Yeah.
Marty Scroll
she's
or
probably good to go.
Seriously. Why do you think wrestling has become unpopular amongst the mainstream? I just think there's too much content out there. Besides obvious shit like sports and Marvel, what's unanimously unexperienced? Everything is niche now or fad for the week or two.
Well,
Like Tiger King or whatever, then people move on.
well, okay, but add on to it, yeah, there's too much content out there, too much wrestling content, and it's all the same.
Well, notice how he's not really directly shitting on wrestling matches.
No, he's not. This is an old school wrestling mark,
Yes.
like a Ring of Honor, TNA, old school wrestling mark.
He was asked, what do boys really think about trans women competing in the women's division? Are there a lot who hate it and can't say, or does the majority truly not care? Those who are used to intergender shit, most indie guys, don't care. Some even joke that trans women are often the only good female wrestlers, lol. A lot of wrestlers don't care about them wrestling, but rather feel uncomfortable with transsexuality in general. Sometimes they do look pretty gross, but most wrestling fans do.
Damn.
So he was asked, have you interacted with the lead bookers of the former big indie promotions, Super Dragon, PWG, Quackenbush, Chikara, Sapolsky, Ian Rotten, etc.? Any thoughts on these folks and how different their reputation is among the boys? Yes, Super Dragon is a socially stunted little weirdo. SoCal wrestling scene is so fascinating. No clue how PWG became the indie for the 2010s. Many high-profile wrestlers would work for little money just to work a bola. Quack was Heyman for comic book nerds. If you weren't enthralled by his grandiose speeches, he just seemed like an autistic alpha trying to carry other nerds out of their money. Gabe is a slimy cretin, but he has a good eye for talent. Obsessed with work rate. The fact that he even had a job in WWE shows how indie Triple H was willing to make the product.
Well, not willing, he did.
Yep. Biggest slut in AEW, male and female. I know Tenera fucked a lot of guys in NXT while she was married before her release. Damn. Shit. Not terribly interested in Keith, but what's the issue between them? From what Eddie said himself, he was not always the easiest guy to get along with and seems to regret how he handled his shit in the past. And Keith, at least at a cursory glance, seems like a guy who would be relatively easy to deal with. But then again, who knows with all that weirdness leading up to his release? Eddie and Mia's relationship was very tumultuous. Ooh, there it is.
In other words,
yep.
Eddie doesn't
Can you
fuck
tell
with
us
Mia
what you
Yim.
know of Kylie and AEW? I went into
Like
it earlier,
that.
but it basically something happened with Jericho. I don't think it was rape, but whatever it was, she regretted it bad, and it pushed her over the edge. In other words, she fucked the fat grandma man.
mm-hmm.
Anybody would regret that. Anybody would hate themselves after that. They'd be like, why the fuck did I just do that? It probably changed her gay. I bet you she went gay after that.
Maybe because she did a lot of women's stuff with Impact. Maybe she fucked Rosemary. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yep.
Just saying. Who knows?
Maybe. Okay, so basically what this fan said is he said, the alarming thing is that the LARP is still going on. It's sadly better than 140 Fed sucks, no AW sucks threads, and 10 waifu threads. What's going on is for every actual question about the business, there's 10 questions about who people are dating, fucking, fighting, friends with, etc. Like, you people sound like a bunch of teenage girls on Twitter. And he replied with, LOL, that's what a lot of wrestlers talk about. If you want a general perception of something in the industry, I can give you that too. Going back to Kylie, do people ever respect her at this point? She's a mess. She's a head case. I think she and Leo tie for the most times retired for people who have been working under 10 years. Which weapon gimmick hurts the most and which one is the most deceptively safe? Chairs fucking suck, and WWE banning headshots has made a lot of feds follow the leader, which really fucking sucks because I'd rather put my hands up for a headshot than take a shitty shot in the back where it hits your elbows. Tables are easy outside of freak accidents. Keck, more details about Jericho. Really thought it was a troll post since she is obviously a Menhara. He said, I mean, she is a bit of a psycho. Both can be true. Chris is a massive horn dog. You know who fucked Kelly Kelly? Well, who didn't?
Really?
How much heat did Big Swole have backstage before she was fired? A little heat because of that whiny tweet bitching about Jay, but mostly pity. She just isn't that good. That Tony tweet was retarded, though, LOL. He must have been on something. WWE wrestlers always hate being posted about on social media after firings because the marks go nuts in the comments. No clue why so many AEW workers rush to his defense. Maybe to gain favor? Tony rewards loyalty.
Yep.
Do wrestlers really respect Tony Khan? I don't think so, but I also think that wrestlers didn't respect Vince when he bought out his dad's company and signed up all the territory stars. They are very similar in some respects. Glad I think Tony knows that and looks up to Vince in a weird way. Time will tell if Tony nuts up. You can already see that he doesn't do everything Jericho and Cody tell him to do like he did in their first year. I respect that. Vince was a nerd who wanted to be one of the boys too. It's why he was so jacked to the gills.
I don't know.
You kind of have to be.
It's a tough one, though.
Well,
yeah.
He's an alpha nerd. I mean, if you're really into pro wrestling to the point that you go and start up your own pro wrestling company, you're a fucking nerd. You could still be a nerd, but an alpha nerd.
Okay.
Best way I can put it.
Okay.
How much of the locker room could be average ran shoot heme? And how much of them could an average physically fit grown man take? He said, depends on the company. NXT in 2016, maybe half. AEW right now, about half. Main roster WWE, about the third.
Oh my God. Damn.
He was asked, who's the biggest self-mark in between Cody and Jericho? Cody for sure. Jericho's a diva and an alcoholic, but he has no problem putting people over. Notice how whenever Cody puts someone over, he makes sure that the story's about him. Mm-hmm. Like when he lost to Tommy, but left his boots in the ring, so all the people talked about was whether or not he'd be retiring. Knowing Cody watching
Facts.
that reality show of his is a surreal experience.
Mhm.
Top 5 best feet on any rosters. What the
Ew.
fuck? I'm sorry to tell you
Sorry.
this, but women's wrestlers' feet are mostly fucked up from wrestling.
Right.
How easy is it to get a job in one of the big companies? 2016 to the pandemic is a fucking breeze. Worked Bola, you were getting signed. ROH TNA wanted you, you were getting signed. The mass WWE firings were a natural consequence of hoarding indie talent who were never going to succeed on the main roster.
Mhm.
There is a misconception that Vince has a big guy fetish. That is half true. He believes that a big muscular guy who can work to a degree with charisma is the ticket to millions of dollars. Look how many roid heads he tried and threw away. But losing Danielson hurt him bad because at the end of the day, he knows what a good wrestler is. He just doesn't think that they're necessarily profitable. It's just a difference of business opinion. And he was shown the Shawn Michaels edition of Playgirl and was asked, is it a fag magazine? And he
It's a
said,
magazine for women.
well, he replied with, it was a girly magazine read exclusively by fags. So in a way, yes. The rumored heat between the Elite and Cody, is it because of Brandy and Kenny butting heads over the women's division or something else? It's because Cody's stuff is almost always widely
Well, you think this is
considered to be
Hurricane
the
Helms
worst,
answering
most
these
self-indulgent
questions?
thing on the show.
No.
Plus, allowing his talentless
Damn.
wife to have any power whatsoever is the detriment of the company. She's a fucking bikini model. Early AEW had a lot of internal conflict regarding allocation of time. Tony pulled the reins eventually and decided to take the heat regarding those decisions. Respect for that. My theory is Cody really wants to be AEW's John Cena. He has a lot of resentment for never getting a top babyface push in WWE, especially towards Hunter, who told him something like, the best actor isn't always the main character or some shit.
Mhm.
Best and worst Mexican worker. Andrade is so fucking good. No clue why he's with Charlotte. My personal favorite to work with was Super Crazy. Worst is someone no one knows. There's so many garbage lucha guys stateside. He was asked any thoughts on Nick Aldis turning down AEW to work with Billy Corgan. Don't imagine he fit well over there anyways. Would you rather be a top guy for less money or just another guy for more? He'd end up like Jay Lethal.
Mhm.
What are your plans after retiring? Probably open or work at a school. He's already working at one.
Mhm. Mhm.
Is Cena an asshole with everyone? Have you worked with any midget wrestlers? No, he's just robotic. He's only an asshole to guys who could realistically take his spot. There's a reason he liked putting over Punk and Danielson. What's the source of heat between Bayley and Cody? Does it go far back? Cody resented a lot of Dusty era NXT talent for treating Dream like their dad and seeing more of him than Cody ever did. He resents Steen and Generico for the same reason. That's just my armchair psychologist speaking. What the fuck is going on with Jay Lethal? LOL, your guess is good as mine. I assume Tony wanted the top ROH talent, but had no real plans for them. I think the Briscoes will do well, though. Jay is just kind of a guy. My personal opinion with that is I think he's burying him on dark for now because he sees what happens anytime he puts these guys on TV. Everything that happened with them in the past comes to light.
Yep.
And that's why he's putting Jay on dark right now, so all the controversy dies down. And when people bring up Taylor Hendricks, they'll be like, didn't we already talk about this?
Mhm.
We can see where this is going.
That's a good point you bring up because there's a lot of those Ring of Honor talents that have skeletons in their closet.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe not sign all of them. That's probably why he's so reserved with signing Ring of Honor talents.
Oh, I got one. Does anyone think it's inappropriate that Tay Conti to be shaking her ass in front of a shirtless 9-year-old? He said, I personally do, and some others have said so in private, but nothing outwardly expressed to anyone involved. Imagine if the genders were reversed, LOL.
Ew.
Seriously. What's your opinion on hardcore legend Jimmy Havoc? Good dude on too much shit, fucked up his mind. Gage is the same, and the scene around him encourages that behavior.
I like that thumbnail thing.
Well, Brett did several interviews in the past where she credited Omega for rise as a performer and said that he's a big supporter of her. Kenny also went out of his way to praise her continuously, and both said that he came up with the idea for a heel turn. So what you said isn't true. He replied with, Tony wanted to make Britt a star, and the heel turn was necessary since she was flopping hard as a face. If you think Kenny would rather have Britt on TV every week instead of Riho or Shida because of some interviews, you're incredibly naive. Any wrestlers pissed off at CM Punk for going to UFC and exposing himself as a guy who can't fight at all? Not so much pissed as we were amused. Phil loved to talk shit, and we always knew he couldn't back it up. Watched that pay-per-view in a room full of workers and had a great time. You think Tony would have the balls to bring in Triple H despite his history with a lot of the AEW roster? If Tony had 2 brain cells, and I believe he does, he would make a play for Triple H. That would be AEW's NWO moment. I truly believe it would radically change the business. It doesn't matter what heat he may have with him. It would be game-changing for professional wrestling.
I agree. And then not only that, but like all the people it bring back. Like, holy shit, Triple H is in AEW. He's no longer with WWE.
Yeah, it would catch a lot of people off guard. Kicks and punches are good wrestling. Get the fuck out of here, you LARPing faggot. No self-respecting wrestler would ever call that shit or good. Any poster ITT can learn how to wrestle like Brian in less than a month. He's the great Khali level wrestler. He replies with, ironically enough, he's great at kicking and punching too. Is there anyone who is very talented out there, but too much of a pushover to stand up for themselves, to be treated / book better, and is walked all over? I'm a huge Cesaro fan, but you can kind of tell that he is just coasting by at this point.
He's going to get cut.
Claudio for sure, but he's a rich man. Dolph, I know, is out of love with wrestling and threatens to quit every time his contract is up, but they go up another digit in his downside and he settles down. Shin is coasting big time. All right, that has been a little tumultuous end.
Well, that was very educational, very telling about, and this guy has a lot of plugs, it seems like, a backstage, especially around what's going on. But this was highly educational. What's your thought on most of what he said? You think
Yeah,
you
it
got
was
some
good.
detail?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I think it's gonna.
I
end
can hear
good.
you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you want to end it now?
Mm-hmm.
All right, then, BFB. Thank you for coming in. Your link is down in the description. Had a fun time talking about that, and as well, shout out to TWRP. Go and subscribe to their channel. Of course, watch over that video again. An hour's worth of your time. That's it for me. Thanks for watching.